imitation of a logo for Steam. We back, lads. Also, by the way, chat, there's been a lot of you watching recently. And you know what? It means a lot. It really does. You know, like, today kind of feels like a slow evening when I look over at my numbers compared to, like, the last few days. But what I gotta say is we're still, like, 20 to 30 viewers up from where I've been the past, like, 6 months. So it's been real nice. Like, even a slow night right now is significantly better than recent days have been. So it means a lot. So thanks to everybody who keeps tuning into these streams, because I wouldn't have this job if it wasn't for people watching. I'm gonna have to cut off part of that corner, but that's fine. Where did my thingy go? There it is. I need that thingy. What's the Steam logo gonna look like? So this is what I'm working with right here. It's just as an example, that's what I'm working with. That's my thingy that I'm mimicking. Yes. Making the Steam logo, because Dwarf Fortress is going to be releasing on Steam soon. So this is kind of an honorary construction of the highest quality. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then it needs to go down to... Okay, so I see what I need to do. So let's just go down to this. Grab my bloodthorn logs. So then this needs to go... Because that's gold, so... Down 2. Then over... Down 2. Basically all these can go away. Seems right. I might have to deconstruct one. Length of my streams are legendary? Length of my something has to be legendary. Not my streams, then what else? But welcome back, Ref. I mean, I've only been live for 8.5 hours. Like, this like, it's not like it's been that long. What? Why are you face palming at me? I made the joke. Nobody else did. I know what I said. Only 8.5 hours? Dude, okay. To those of you normal people with normal jobs, how long is your commute for an 8-hour shift? Because this is my, like, justification for the fact that I stream for, like, 12 hours. And I also only do it 3 days a week. For clarity's sake. But, like, the reason I can justify streaming this long is because, yes, I stream 12 hours. Sometimes 14. Sometimes 16. But my commute is 8 steps. 1 to 1.5 hours. Okay, so if you're commuting, let's just say on a shitty day, 3 hours, right? So that's 8 plus 3 hours. So you're not doing an 8-hour shift. You're doing a 9, 10, 11-hour shift. Except my commute is a quarter of a second. Like, literally, I walk across my apartment. Was at least an hour each way? Yeah. No, I mean, and so that's why I can justify streaming this long. It's like, I take care of myself outside of my streaming time, and I don't have a commute. If I had a commute, yeah, I wouldn't stream this long. Fuck that. Absolutely fuck that. But, since we just restarted, and it's been a minute, I'm going to read through the dwarves that are alive. Snail is a named dwarf who's alive. White Dog Hazaza, Phoenix the dwarf, as well as Razlime is alive. We have Soul Shinery. We have Pablo. We have Time and Araf. We have Alden. We have Farana. We have Goats. We have Lolosan. We have Deadlius. We have Onyx and NetJam Jr. We have Sanic RS. We have Animal. We have Audio. Aquafunkalistic Booty Wap. Potato King. Wendigo. Space Pirate. Trevor in VR. Impalification. And, of course, Tapioca. And Curses. We have Fight Attack, Kodiak, Rolf, Rory, and as I scroll down even further, Footloose, Jay Henning, Accident, Spice, Ayer, Lamond, and of course, Ash and Dust, all the way down here at the bottom. And as always, if you would like a dwarf, give me a shout. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Basically like 9 a.m. Pacific until I fall over. You were in traffic for 13 hours once when it snowed? My God, that sucks. I am so sorry. But yeah, when I worked a normal job, I had a 2.5-hour commute for a while. Each way. There was a good long while where I was doing 2.5 hours each way. And ever since then, it's like, yeah, no amount. Like, I could stream for 18 hours and feel like I wasted less time. Yes, that is true. That's not only Aquafunkalistic Booty Wap, okay? It's Aquafunkalistic Booty Wap Holy Diamond, their proper full title of terrible wow, we really need to give you new clothing. Holy Diamond, and also glorious mother of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Can I name a goat? I cannot name animals. Only dwarves can name animals. I don't even have any goats. I got elephants. So I was going to do a thing, but I completely blanked on what it was. Oh well, I'll remember what it was in a minute, probably. You'd rage quit that traffic? I don't think that's an option when you're stuck in traffic. Sounds like how hard it is to get out of Russia right now. If you're an able-bodied male. All right, let's go up there. So you know what's going to happen now? When goblins walk onto these drawbridges and get flung up? Is they're going to fly up to the top, hit the ceiling, and then fall back down. Oh, that's going to be fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be real fun to watch. Because for those of you who haven't seen it, inside of this construction that we're building are these 3 lava towers, right? These lava towers with the pull of a lever just like douse these walkways in lava, plus those bridges in the middle can all be raised. So stuff always gets flung into the air and then comes back down and falls into the lava inevitably. But it's just... it's going to be very amusing when... yeah, it's flinging stuff up here. It's flying up, smacking into the ceiling, and then back down. Like, that's just going to be funny. Also, I need to check on that dwarf in the strange mood. That's the thing that I was going to do. Because I had a dwarf... yeah, there you are. Sweet. Okay, so I'm assuming grab those crundle bones that I gave you. Yep, looks like it. The other thing that I was going to do is... jump down here. Let's make some cloth clothing. Let's also jump up to here. Let's go over to... not that. Let's go down to this. Get plant processing going so we can get more thread. Their blood stained the ceiling. Maybe they'll make a cool pattern. I mean, like, there's definitely some, like, random blood stains around this map already. Without my assistance. One of the many storms called Snowmageddon. In 2007, I remember on Christmas Day, we got so much snow that my dad actually didn't go into work. And it was the only time that I can legitimately state that we got snowed in. There was so much snow. Admittedly, I was a little bit shorter in 2007, considering I was born in 1999. But I was quite a bit shorter in 2007, but I couldn't walk in it. There was so much snow. I remember just, like, looking over it like this. Also, thanks for the follow, Charge. Cheers. Love snow days? Yeah. I love snow in DF. I'm looking forward to seeing more snow and stuff and seasons. That's what I'm looking forward to about that stream tomorrow, is being able to see seasons. That's what, the 2, and then extend by 1? Down to... Okay. Had to shovel the roof to ensure it wouldn't collapse? Damn. That's a lot of snow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I go too far down? I think I did. Oh no, I see the problem here. I just didn't remove that top bit yet. Now it looks right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I counted that right. Yep, 7 needed. And then 1 for right there. And then we start filling this with red, I think. 1979 Chicago Blitz. I think I've actually heard of that one. Oh no, you have a good night. Sleep well. Hopefully the headache goes away quickly, Raz. And thanks a ton for your generosity. Means a lot, man. Really, really does. And thanks again for the coffee yesterday as well. What animals can be trained for war versions of themselves? Oh man, I'd need to look up a list. It's like dogs, bears. I know those 2 for fact. It's actually like a weirdly short list. Dogs, bears, elephants, grizzly bears, bear variants. Outside of that, I struggle to say more. Like, I don't generally train animals for war, so I think wolves can? I don't know. I know jabberers can. It's a long list of things that can and cannot. Because I've had war jabberers before. And I know dragons can be. I know cave dragons can be. 21 inches fell? Oh, damn. That's a bit more than... You know, they should have said 1 to 2. Or 2 to 1 inches were to fall. And then just, like, added the 2 numbers together. So 3 pieces of iron, crundled bone, pineapple opals, bloodthorn logs, and 2 pieces of obsidian. Well, it's going to be a cool artifact regardless of what they make. I really hope that the next siege happens once this is done, because I don't want to have to pause this for a siege. This is gonna look good on the Twitch thumbnail, I gotta be honest. Right, so... So another Discord that I'm in was talking about like motorcycle racing. And so I left them a link to the e-scooter championship, which is just like racing that takes itself way too seriously, but also they're racing electric scooters. It's quite amusing. All right, so I need this kind of little joint thing here. For 2 across, then ducks down. Oh. I mean, I guess I could... Did I screw up the size of this? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, I see. I did not screw up the size of this. I just haven't built it fully yet. You're going to bed, Onyx. You sleep well. Take care of yourself. Yep, that is lined up correctly. This will all be red right there. But Onyx, tomorrow, if you get the opportunity, definitely try and tune in for, if not my stream in the morning, then Kip Fox's stream. Because it'll be an exciting Dwarf Fortress-y moment in Dwarf Fortress history. Happy to provide, Gascon. Cheers. All right, let's... Where did my blood logs go? There. Bloodthorn again. Cheers, Onyx. See you next week. Next week's going to be exciting, too. Jeez. Next week's going to be busy. Yeah, next week's going to have a lot happening. There's going to be a lot going on next week. Because, like, for those of you who maybe missed my references to it, on Sunday, I think it's Sunday I scheduled it for, a video is going to go up on my YouTube channel where you guys can submit questions to Tarn. So if you guys want to send in questions to be asked on stream by either me or Tekid to Tarn about Dwarf Fortress, think of them and submit them on Sunday. Because Sunday is the day that the actual questions start to be added, and people are always asking me, when can I submit questions? It's like, well... Sunday. And then on the 17th at 3 p.m. Pacific, which is admittedly pretty late for some of you, but on the 17th at 3 p.m. Pacific, after the Kit Fox stream, Tarn is going to be joining me, and we're going to be talking about all things dwarfy for a good chunk of time. So next week's going to be fun, too. To a point where, like, I'm almost looking forward to that more than my vacation. But I know I need the vacation. I do have this nasty habit of just kind of burning myself to the ground repeatedly. So, gotta not do that, you know? What are things 40? Well, 42. Although I'm not in my 40s. We just got a petition, but also that artifact is done. Okay, so we got a weapon rack, and now we got an armor stand. It's kind of funny. At a tier, the Mason has created Esserlesid Egeisid, an obsidian armor stand, and claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Ibil Dentcrypts. Got to crypt that dents. Feels satisfied after creating an artifact. I shall name you Glittermarked the Persuasive Gloss. And that was very satisfying. I'm glad that was satisfying there, Dorfy. This is an obsidian armor stand. All Craftstar ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular obsidian cabochons and studded with iron and encircled with bands of round obsidian cabochons and bloodthorn and crundlebone and iron. And the object menaces with spikes of pineapple opal. On the item is an image of dwarves in crundlebone. The dwarves are traveling. The artwork relates to the foundation of Stonewater by the scorching lobster of the rim of Savants in the early spring of 241. On the item is an image of smooth pebbles in iron. This dwarf much likes smooth pebbles. Do you? No, you don't like smooth pebbles. I wonder what's up with the smooth pebbles. Anyway, we can now put that in the military area with both of them. Interesting. The Jade Creed now has many worshippers in Stonewater and now requires a temple complex and high priest. So that's interesting. Now both of the religions have many worshippers here. The Jade Creed. Not to be confused with the Fellowship of Jades, who, by the way, actually needs a new Holy Pearl. Raph, how do you feel about being the Holy Pearl of the Temple of the Fellowship of Jades? By the way, you are now officially the Holy Pearl of the Fellowship of Jades. But the Jade Creed, I need to... Okay, this is kind of funny. It's already valued high enough to be a temple complex. So I don't actually need to do anything. I just need to recognize a high priest. So Aqua, you've been promoted. You're no longer the Holy Diamond. You're now the Exalted Luxury. No, Navy. There's enough mechanical changes that current saves will not work. It's like the first time save compatibility has been broken since 2015. But like, just to give you a minimal idea as to one of the mechanical changes, like a lot of jobs are being moved around. So like mason shops no longer exist. It's now called a stonecutter shop. So if you're going to do anything in your current worlds, finish them up. Anyway, we now need a new Holy Diamond. Which, you know what? Onyx just went to bed. Onyx, I know you just went to bed. You're our new Holy Diamond. Let's see how Aqua feels about this promotion. I'm sure you're very happy about this. She feels happy about the acceptance of the position for the Temple of the Jade Creed, and she is jubilant after the establishment of a temple complex for the Jade Creed. You, exalted luxury, you. One hell of a name. The Exalted Luxury. Meanwhile, a weaponsmith is fighting with an Impala. Definitely not a tame Impala. Such jubilee, you feel? Well, that's good. All right, well. Is that 2 across? Yes, it is. So this square will all be gold. And then that will also be gold down there. So this down here will all be red. Let's just go down to here. We'll queue up blood, logs, and then just simply remove the one on the corner. Bloodthorn logs. Remove the one on the corner. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Oh, geez, I'm gonna have to delete. Shit. Okay, well. That's not so bad, but kind of annoying. Where down does that to go? I could actually just let them finish build. Actually, I can knock out a few pieces and then just let them finish building and then build it back up. Holy Diver? What? Because of the because of the Holy Luxury name? Religious titles in Dwarf Fortress are a thing. Where's my gold? There. Okay, so let's just knock out these. I think that should be fine. I'll just build around it. Yeah, I think this just needs to go here. Yeah, this just needs to go down to there. And then down to here. I think that's how far down it goes. I could be wrong. Actually, I think it's just 2. That's fine. Holy Diamond. I mean, my brain goes to King Diamond first, you know? That's where my brain goes to when I think about Holy Diamonds. My brain's like, King Diamond? Yes, good music, in fact. Metal's just like, I've been activated. We shall speak now. And a word story. All right, I will do my best. I don't think too much has been added, so I will scroll back a day or two. As you are a big fan of the read a word story. Choose goose meat. Roll frequently. Travel dice. House, mouse, lightweight, horse, meat, dong, don't consume party. Success is mythical. Visit failure. Trying to do bad things. All Gouda must grate cheese by shredding. Feet have gobbled into cobblestone. Golem is column. Crab is all caught up. Jack, can I get a round of beers? And thank you. Yeah, a word story. How you doing today, Hex? You know, once again, I'm amazed that people manage to dodge gift subs. Like, how did you not get gifted a sub today? You're here so much. It's like Twitch's algorithm should prioritize you. Sigh. But we're building a Steam logo. Your day's been snazzy? Well, that's good. But yeah, we're building a Valve Steam logo, courtesy because you know, we're getting close to the release. I'm using the fanciest colors I have, so we're using bloodroot logs and gold, diorite and green glass for the edges. It just seems fitting to put, you know, a sphere, circle thing, pyramid, with this on top of it. Tolis, thank you very much for gifting a sub to Hex. Preparing yourself for the weirdness tomorrow because you're usually at work 14 hours Thursday. Oh, gosh. But you'll be free much earlier tomorrow. Oh. Well, then. That's always a nice... That's got to be a nice surprise. Right? Seems too big. Well, it depends on what you do for work, really. There are certain types of jobs that are much easier to tolerate for that amount of time. That does sound like a lot, though. Considering, like, what we were just talking about, right? Like, work-life balance and long commutes and my stream length being legendary, you know, and all that. One, two, three, four. Most of your work is on Thursdays and other days it's mostly 2 hours. Oh wow. Yeah, that's fair. I remember like one of the best months I ever had at a traditional job was when I worked at a factory. There was a very brief period of time. And I also did this for like 2 weeks at McDonald's once when I worked there too. But when I worked in the factory, there was a very brief period of time, about 4 weeks, where they put me on this 10-hour shift, 4 days a week. It was fantastic. It was like 3-day weekends every week, and like the shifts don't feel much longer. It was like you just get to work and you're there and you're like, you sit down and you're like, wow, I'm good. Then 10 hours later you go home. I also got a 30-minute lunch break as well. So it was like a 30-minute paid lunch break, because normally I wouldn't have a 30-minute lunch break. Spooky when there's nothing going on Thursday. Makes you feel fearful for your job security. Ugh. What kind of work do you do, X, if I can ask? Like, now I'm weirdly curious because of the odd hours. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I'm just curious. Let's go over this way. Golden. Could start filling in the other side, but yeah, let's start filling this in down here. Ah, fucks with crops. Okay, interesting. So why is all the work on Thursday then? Bioethics, huh? Now I want to ask, what's the most biologically unethical thing you've ever had to do, but eh. Splice comes to mind. Terrible movie, but it sticks in my brain. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Huge shout out to Johanning. Oh, did you get it running? Get hogged by other departments? So that seems concerning. Pig and elephant DNA just won't splice. You're trying to make a pigophant? Oh my god. That looks awesome, dude. Like, if this just didn't say Gremlin from Air and said Dwarf Fortress release, this would actually just straight up look like it was official. That is awesome looking, actually. Look at that shit. That looks awesome. Also, thank you, Metalhead, for converting a Prime sub to a Tier 1 subscription. You know, a fun fact, I did not know that that would make a notification. I just learned something. But yeah, no, the animated background looks awesome, dude. That's like tempting to put into Wallpaper Engine, and I don't like Wallpaper Engine. You wanted to do something close to the holidays? Means a lot, man. Prime subs are great and all, but like they're far less consistent because people forget. Which makes sense, you know. Okay, this dwarf would be pretty good in the military. Get in the military. You know, I'll be honest, I've been working on this pyramid so long I've been neglecting these dwarves' clothing. And I keep looking at dwarves and being like, man, you're a little short on clothes. Like shoes and socks. Leather, shoe. Fitty. Sock. Cloth. Fitty. Yeah, no, that countdown looks awesome. Like the art looks fantastic, and like the slightly animated versions of it look awesome too. I hope that the artists approve. Building a massive steam monument. Well, they're not naked, but they're... Imagine sort of like, you know, those images of ancient Egypt and people building the pyramids. Think kind of like that. You know, like, they're not naked. They're just not wearing much anymore. Like, they're certainly clothed. Is it like the equivalent of a potato sack just kind of dangling around their ankles? Maybe, but they're not naked. On that subject, though, I can't wait to see so many naked dwarves running around and once Premium's out, and then, like, all the newbies get to play, and all their dwarves are just going to be, like, butt-ass naked running around. Looking forward to that. That's going to be entertaining. Most unethical thing that you've ever done this week? Probably my support in the water cooler conversation for prescribed burns to remove ground cover in overgrown forests, which is a touchy subject with all the idiots building homes on them. And then being surprised when their very high fire risk homes burn down and they can't get insurance payouts. But honestly, the regulation of forests is fucked and there needs to be a way to clear patchworks. No, absolutely. We need controlled. As somebody who lives in an area that gets burned out by forest fires relatively frequently and I can't breathe a quarter of the year, yeah, fuck yeah, we need controlled burns. Jesus Christ. It's very ethical, I would say. You're hunting for a new Twitch username for a bot for the stream. Oh, for the countdown one? You gotta, like, get that account off of Diamond and use Only Gremlins. Diamond has, like, the Twitch name Only Gremlins. So obviously it has to be Only Gremlins. That's just my knee-jerk response. But it obviously has to be Only Gremlins. We need to think of something to do with the Gremlin for Mayor account after that countdown timer is done. Guys, we got 30 days to come up with something to do with the Gremlin for Mayor account. We should try and keep it a 24/7 Twitch stream account. I'm just saying. Like, I would chuck a couple bucks a month at that. I'd subscribe. Do you think of the movie or Bugs Bunny? How about Crypt Plot? You'd be down for that? Yeah, like that. Like what comes to mind is Say Sad, that old account that used to just run like a instance of self-playing Dwarf Fortress 24/7 that no longer runs. I miss that account. Now's its time. It's time to shine, and it's gone. It's been gone for a while, actually. I don't even know who ran it. We'll see the end of Singular Cacti in your lifetime. Yeah. You forgot about that? Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, we should try and do something like that. And then, like, occasionally, once in a blue moon, just raid somebody. The worst things you've ever done while you were tempted to buy duck bullet once. I didn't, not because I dislike eating babies. Veal is delicious, but because I know you wouldn't like the texture. Fair enough. I don't know if that's unethical, but there's a streamer that I watch who works in DNA biology, something for medication. Anyway, very smart person. And I used to watch them a whole lot back when they used to stream. And they basically just don't stream these days. As around the time like their school was getting close to done, they just stopped streaming, which is fair. I mean, it's a reasonable hobby to cut out when like life takes over. But there was one day where they turned the stream on their main channel and were streaming like from the office while on lunch break. But like instead of just streaming like, you know, video games or whatever they would normally stream, they were going through the porn magazines that were sitting in the lab's break room. And there was like 50 of them. It was just like, yeah, so there's this okay, I'm just gonna hold hand over that. Okay, so there's like this person here. I don't even know what that's supposed to be. Anyway, I'm gonna just like take duct tape, put duct tape over all the naughty bits. There's this magazine. It's just like they were all just like rolled up behind the microwave in the break room. It was just, there's something about that. Was one of my most memorable streams in like the entire history of me being on Twitch. And there was like 12 people from Twitch staff in chat going, Tim, you can't do that. Let's plop all that in there. That was maybe the best part about that particular stream, was just all the members of Twitch staff in the chat going, You're pretty sure it's Ben Lubar who wrote the DFAI codebase? Yeah, no, like that. Well, I mean, there's various people who've run them on Twitch, Aqua, but there's also been like there was a person who wrote a Twitch plays adventure mode bot, which didn't last very long. That one lasted for like maybe a week. And because people expect those things to just blow up, take off, and then lose interest pretty quickly when they don't. But there's been various like there's been various streams that are just like 24/7 cameras pointed at a thing. But Say Said was the one that I was the most aware of, or that the one that I was aware of being around the longest anyway. Yeah, I think Clino just meant to say stream, but is also moderating the Steam, like, forums and probably Freudian slipped it. But yeah, maybe we should see if we can turn that Gremlin for Mayor account into a 24/7 port bot. This is perfect. We even have like a, 26 days to plan it. Who are you ranting at? I've seen you responding to a few, but I'm gonna go take a glance. Who are you ranting at? Is it the Steam Deck person? Or the M1 compatible person? It might be the Mac compatibility person. That or you're, like, responding to one of the bigger threads, which I feel bad for. To just stream it from your apartment? Damn, lots gonna be changing in 26 days. Dwarf Fortress release, Aqua move. Blindy will have been to Vegas. It's gonna be a busy month. Should be in Seattle ASAP. Gotcha. Buy a gas mask? If Seattle is anything like Vancouver, X-Wrench, it's fine now. Last I checked air quality, it's absolutely A-okay. It's been raining for about 3 weeks straight. Like, the forest fires got real bad for a minute there, and they're just fine now. So. And weather in Vancouver is usually almost identical to weather in, like... Oh, just the regular, why doesn't Tarn rewrite everything to run in parallel processing multi-threading graphics cards? Actually, hold on a second. Can I just get you a thing to copy-paste? Potentially. Where is... So this is... Okay, now this is more specifically game engine related. If you go to my Discord and scroll up just slightly, Hedgehog, aka Pink Fluffy Llama, had like the best... Let's see, is this too long for Twitch chat? Let's find out. Yes, it is too long for Twitch chat. This block of text here is real good. Whenever people are like, why don't they just put in a new engine? It's real, like to the point where I've copy pasted it into YouTube comments already. Also, yes, that is the accurate, correct answer, Hex. Just crypt blank. You need to take care of responsibility and enjoy the rest of the stream. Cheers, Raph. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for swinging by again. We're getting there. But what's up, Bastet? Just for, like, chuckling about the back from Lurk and WoW? Oh, thank you. I mean, it certainly looks like a Steam logo, doesn't it? It's getting recognizable now. It doesn't just look like, why are you drawing red line? Which is what it looked like for a minute. We're making progress, like actual progress. While you're allergic and can't enjoy it, there's a non-zero chance that your town gets a dispensary soon. Oh, are you in one of those regions that just got legalization? There was like two spots in the U.S. that just got legalization, didn't they? How allergic are you? Is it like one of those situations where if you're in the same room, you're in trouble, or is it like just as long as you're not the one inhaling at your K? Because I will say this, to quote Cliff Basinski, creator of Gears of War, Cliffy B, he tweeted relatively recently going, "While I love weed and partake rather frequently, I'm getting real annoyed by smelling everybody else's really shitty weed outside. Like, at least buy the good stuff that don't stink." And you know what? I'm starting to feel that way about where I live. It's like, I like weed a whole lot, actually, and use it quite frequently. But my God, people, buy the good stuff. Quit it with the shitty stuff. It stinks. These people are disappointing. It's like, we have such good stuff that barely smells now, and it's like everybody's still buys the shitty, like, gray market stuff. It just smells terrible. You like to vary your responses as well to keep your mind sharp and your blood pressure high. This time was oddly the fix every other designer's gone with is don't let the player do anything that lags the game rather than massively refactor it for graphics cards. Yep. Don't let the player fuck it up. And it's usually the player's fault. Give us reason to get rid of all of these shells. Yeah, absolutely. Skunky stuff is the stuff that you smoke outside of a concert, after the concert, right? It's all terpene allergies. Okay, so then your smell with just this, you're okay with just the scent then. Well, I mean, that's good for your region. Keep a variety. True. I will agree with that, but I don't need 700 a year, which is about the rate that I accrue them currently. So chat, when I have this logo completed, does that mean that I can say that I'm officially playing the Steam version? Once this logo's done and all? Because I think I can. I think that I can, like, tell people that this is officially the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress because it's right there. Can't you see it? It's Steam. Plain donuts? Well, that's good. I prefer airplane donuts, but, you know. It was a bad joke. I've never actually had a donut on an airplane, and I'm sure that an airplane donut would be like anything else on an airplane, which is disappointing, mildly upsetting, and kind of bad. Hey, Curses. Your dwarf's still alive, by the way. I like plain donuts, too. Yeah, they're good. Can you encrust shells? No. Just shell opals. What do? You're a mason, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, like 2/3 of this fort is a mason. Oh, nope, never mind, you're not a mason. There you are. You are a herbalist. You moved from the realm of masonry to herbalism. Herbalism? Herbalism. And you're currently watching a glassmaking demonstration. And you're satisfied after learning about glassmaking, but you were blissful after sleeping in a great bedroom. and you're worried after a lack of decent meals. I feel like you can make anything if you commit hard enough. X. Actually, airplane food is meh because of air pressure differentials, deactivating certain taste buds, and hypercharging others. You're too smart. It's not fair. And that's why there are some beers that only taste good at high altitude. Speaking of beer, this has like almost not. So, yeah, do you guys know Teenage Engineering? Like the company? They designed this thing and many synthesizers. Apparently, they have a beer? They made a beer. They designed a beer can and then wrote a beer recipe. And so now they have a beer. Which I learned about recently, and I was like, anyway, this website's almost unusable. Can't even remove those elements. Anyway, yeah. Teenage Engineering has made a beer. I'm just perplexed by that. I guess when you're just like smarter than any reason, you can just go do that. But yes, synthesizer hipsters. This is literally the only Teenage Engineering product I own. Or whatever that's worth. I don't own any of their synths, unfortunately. I would love to own some of their little drum machines. The OP one's a bit bonkers for me, though. Too expensive, and not a big fan of its tape functionality. I've used one, though. They're cool. They're a fun toy, but that's about all I really consider them to be, is more of a toy. Clearly, yeah. Waiting for Arturia to fire back with my... Okay, so, man, now I want every single, like, major synthesizer manufacturer to make a beer. Like, Moog would make a stout. Moog would just be, like, an imperial stout. Arturia would probably make, like, a triple IPA. Any EIP? No? Unless that's short for something that I don't recognize off the top, like, immediately. I mean, I read that as ELO initially. No, not familiar. I was like, I know Electric Light Orchestra, but I think that's something different. Emerson Lakes and Palmer? Yeah, exactly. That was the other thing I was going to, but I'm also pretty sure that's not what you were talking about. I mean, like, I have Nutcracker on vinyl in the other room, if, like, that's what we're talking about here. But yeah, I don't know. Behringer would just make... Actually, Behringer would make, like, alcoholic seltzer and call it a beer. They'd be like, it's beer. And everybody else would be like, no, Behringer, this is a seltzer. And they'd be like, oh, but it says beer on the can. You'd be like, Behringer, this is now I'm just like, just gonna start falling into, like, referencing things about synthesizers that only people who really pay attention to synthesizers are gonna understand. I wonder if, I'm now just realizing I need to get caught up on bad gear. Oh, well. Sign up on the 25th to get your free plugin from Waves. Whoa, that's a wall of text. Plop it into Discord and I'll listen to it later. Hold up. The game design decision that other small games have gone differently with this less effective is slowing the game down. I'm told that there are RimWorld mods that let you play with multiple Z-level maps. Well, yeah, and they suck. And allow other hundreds of pawns, for example, and it immediately runs like crap. RimWorld runs like crap if you have more than 20 people. Like, it... Anyway. Immediately runs like crap, and there are many... people arguing that the dev should just do X. Well, I'm not aware of any other game like DF that runs better without massive restrictions that we can... Well, I mean, Odd Realm, you can have 100 people with no lag, but Odd Realm is a very different game. Because half of it does seem like CS or electronical engineers for pressing major refactor code. This is like RuneScape, or alternatively learn to play the game in a modern manner, like people running 400-year plus forts and so on. It's probably would be quicker to learn to play better. Yeah, no, honestly. I think everybody in this room would love to see the DF source code, I think. But, you know, I need to, like, not hype false information, but Tarn has suggested about releasing parts of it, so just make sure the game sells really well, and maybe you'll get to see parts of it. Maybe not all of it, but maybe you'll get to see parts of it. So just make sure that the game sells a lot of copies, and Zach and Tarn make a lot of monies, and then maybe you'll get to see parts of it. You wondered how good/bad it is? I have a feeling it's just spaghetti code that works somehow. That's my assumption. But I also know little enough about programming that I wouldn't be able to tell if it's good or bad. So there's that. Okay, so that should be up one right there. What I need to do is knock this out. No, he's just been a hobbyist since he was a kid. Like, there's several videos on YouTube and interviews where they talk about, like, their history, but, like, they've just been programming on home computers since the 80s. I want to say yes. I love Fusion. Been about 10 years since you've really dove into DF and you can't wait to get back in next month? Hell yeah. Game's a lot different. Forget everything you learned 10 years ago. It's a very different game now. Until the original code has been pressed into diamonds. I look forward to the original code literally becoming diamonds. No, I mean, Tarn worked in mathematics before, didn't he? Like, this is something that I swear that I'm always getting wrong, but, like, Tarn worked and did something in mathematics before. Which is to say very bitter and very brittle and unchangeable, yes. That I will agree makes sense from what I've heard about the Dwarf Fort code over the years. You've seen very nice code that runs like crap. You know, my favorite game to point at for games that run well is Jupiter Hell, just because of the amount of proc gen that game is doing while also running at exceptionally high frame rates, while also running its own custom engine. And, like, it's nice to hear other people say that Dwarf Fortress runs well. I think that, honestly, the only reason people who don't play Dwarf Fortress are so quick to backseat Dwarf Fortress for running badly is because it's ASCII. Like if it was 3D and ran half as good as this, people would all be impressed. But because it's like a two-dimensional looking ASCII game, that's literally the reason people give it so much crap for running bad, is because it doesn't look like games that they're used to. So thus it should run well because it doesn't have too many fancy polygons. It's like crazy to me. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, Mick Gordon is an audio engineering master, but let's knock that out. Ba-doop, ba-doop. Ba-doop, ba-doop. But yeah, long story short, if anybody knows where to acquire a bottle of that Teenage Engineering beer, I really want to import it. I really, like, there's no fucking way in hell I'll ever get a can of it, but, like, because I'd have to go to Europe. But if I ever got the opportunity, I would absolutely try it. I'm fascinated to know what a Teenage Engineering beer would taste like. He was a post-grad teaching math at Texas A&M, which is really good, and semi-prestigious engineering school. Yeah, which is also, like, kind of fascinating because, like, one of my teammates, Kiri, has a friend that she's known for years through school who is apparently good friends from Tarn, with Tarn from when he was teaching. So at PAX, like, one of Kiri's goals was to, like, say hi to Tarn because they have a mutual friend that they met through school, which is wild. World's small, put it that way. But those fancy polygons have loads of intricate systems running underneath them. Well, I mean, sorry, but in God of War, they're not processing the cleanliness levels of, like, Kratos' eyeballs. There's T&E's and Nut and Bolt logo on the can. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm sure God of War hardly touches the CE. Yes, there's just, like, a jet engine blasting heat out of your graphics card, though. I haven't, like, I'll be completely honest, and I shocked a bunch of people in a Discord call 2 weeks ago. I've never played a God of War game. And you know what? I think I can go my whole life without playing a God of War game. And you know what? I think I will be okay. I think I'm good. I don't think I need to play that. I realize that there are some people that are just absolutely absurdistly excited for it. And you know what? I wish them all the best, and I hope that they have a lot of fun with that video game. I'll be over here playing Dwarf Fort forever. I mean, I know multiple cool Swedish people in this who frequent this chat. But I'm not gonna add, like, good luck importing beer illegally into Canada. And no one's gonna get on a plane and fly out to, like, bring me a thing of beer. It's like a podcast that I listen to does stuff with Formula One, and one of the drivers made a wine, which was only for sale in Australia. And somebody for their podcast was flying out to the US anyway and brought a bottle of this wine with him on the plane. Like, checked it in his bag, put it on the plane, brought it over, and then when he landed in the States, personally dropped it off. It was like, well, he was going to the Bay Area anyway, so he's just, like, literally gave them a bottle of wine. It's like, yeah, that's something that I've never had line up that perfectly in my life. All right. We're getting there. Damn close. Oh, yeah, no, you are correct, Bob. You did in fact say don't. My bad. I read that as you being sarcastic. I missed the don't and read that as you being sarcastic. So, you know, I came to the same conclusion regardless. Man, would you look at that? It's time to check in for your flight. I take off at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow. Hell yeah. Also, if anybody's in Vegas and wants to hang out this weekend, call me. Or shoot me a DM on Discord, like, because I'll have some time on Monday, probably. And probably sometime Saturday morning, afternoon time. What materials? So it's some real and some not. We've got green glass, we got diorite blocks, we got bloodthorn log floor, which is not real, and gold. Is what it's being made out of. And this is the top of a pyramid above my giant glass towers. So theoretically, anything walking in here could look up and see the giant Valve Steam logo up at the top. Blood and gold, it's metal as fuck, yeah. Blood, glass, and gold. Death and steel. So, I might do more constructions around this thing after, but for right now, we're finishing this pattern. And it, you know, I think looks pretty rad. You know, chat room? I don't need to be drinking any more coffee. It's 6:30 p.m. But you know what I do need? I need a pint. Back in a moment. So I gotta show you guys this. This is a very on-brand can. This is Hellion IPA by Bad Tattoo Brewing. Fucking love this dude. Like, look at this guy. Oh, hold on, see if it looks better on the other camera. Not really, but you can get the full can shot regardless. So, yeah, it's extraordinarily on brand. It's not the best beer, so it's fine in a can. But is that skeleton in a Madrid shirt? No, it's like a how do I, like a Hawaiian print. He's literally wearing like Hawaiian flowers. It's like orange and flowers. You know, honest, look up Bad Tattoo Brewing. All of their can art is amazing. And it's all got like funny cartoon skulls and shit on it. Just getting up to random ass shenanigans. They have a bunch of good pale ales and a couple good lagers too. This also isn't the most IPA-ish IPA either. What is it even? Yeah, it's 6.5%. A premium BC style craft IPA, fruit forward notes with peach and mandarin. It really tastes like mandarin. Start off the experience followed by a light malt backbone to finish it off, and we promise your taste buds won't be bored. Pretty good. It kind of just tastes like actually they hit the flavor notes on the head pretty well with that. It's like kind of a sweet mandarin. Actually, it kind of tastes like, you know, those tiny little mini mandarins, like the really small ones. It's kind of like that. They should sell prints if they discontinue beers. So since we're talking about beer, hold on. This is a brewery that's on Vancouver Island that I always go to. Yes, I'm of legal drinking age. So this is Driftwood Brewing, right? They're over on Vancouver Island. But they have some of the coolest fucking cans. Can art, period. Especially if you go to their limited release stuff. Like a friend of mine has this can in like a full-size poster on his wall, and also in like a shirt format. Vancouver has an island. So funny fact about Vancouver Reddits. There's /r/Vancouver, which is Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And then there's /r Nice Vancouver, which is for Vancouver Island, which is just kind of funny. And that is metal and horror. No, it's so fucking good. Son of the Morning is awesome. Like, it is a good fucking beer, and they don't make it often enough, and it bothers the crap out of me. But this is also a really good one, the 20-pounder. I mean, like, just look at this shit. These cans are fantastic. Man, they don't even have... Oh, I see. These are the ones I was looking for, the special release bottles. This is one of my favorite beers I've ever had, actually. Just a milk stout. This is my favorite dark beer I've ever had, which is named after that meteor that people thought was a spaceship. But yeah. Oh, this one's also really good. This one, they do a run of it every winter. It's a barley wine. Yeah. They're just real good. They got real good can design. Crimea River looks amazing. Crimea River is easy to find, too. I can buy it in a 12-pack in the liquor store here. So for a while there, back when my ex still lived here, and she always cluttered stuff up, and I had a billion collections, so I kind of just mimicked that, because I have that weird habit of mimicking people's habits. And she collected all sorts of things, and one of the things I collected back then was actually bottles, and I had a full set of their special releases for a bit there. I eventually just kind of tossed them because they took too much space. Just wasn't worth it. But yeah, their bottles are real cool, and they sell posters of all of their cans art and all of their bottle art. They also sell most of them in t-shirts and toques and things. All right. So I got the double there. I think it's 3 up now. So this is diorite. Well, they're just 2 at a time up and over. So I can do this. This should be pretty much it. Like, we can, once I get the circle done, we can finish this up, and it's gonna look like a Steam logo. We're getting there. Fuck yeah. Alright, go up there. That was not flooring, that was fortifications. Let's get rid of that. And then glass. There it is. Would look awesome in RTX. Yeah, I mean, I would love to know what this would look like in premium, but we're never gonna get RT. Like, that's something that I think is pretty safe to just like resign defeat on. Like, you know, people can keep claiming that Dwarf Fortress should rewrite itself from the ground up all they want, but like, we're never gonna get any kind of RTX lighting in Dwarf Fort. That's something that I can pretty safely say is literally never gonna happen. And this will be gold. Armok Vision? Okay, Armok Vision might, but that's not Dwarf Fortress. Armok Vision is a mod for Dwarf Fortress. Although Armok Vision's programmer is in the beta, so, you know, weirder things have happened. Or rather, is one of the closed testers, I think. I'm pretty sure that's Rose, and Rose was outed by Tanya for being a tester. Which makes me happy, because it means that at least some of Dwarf Fortress's modding community, at least a single member of the Dwarf Fortress modding community, is a tester, which is good. Something that I'm kind of curious to see, although this is maybe a little controversial, I don't know. I'm curious if Meph is going to release that supposed tile set that he was... Because Meph was saying, like, during the development of Dwarf Fortress, on Reddit, Meph stated that he had a tile set that was done. That he was going to release day and date with Premium's release. Which, obviously, like, he's not working on the project anymore. I wonder if that's actually a thing that's going to see the light of day, if he even had one. I do wonder about that. But yeah, Vancouver has an island, and it's almost as big as Ireland. Bob. We also have a bunch of smaller islands, too. Havoc! Thank you very much for this 7th month. Welcome back. Chat, can I get a round of beers? And I can literally do this. Cheers. I mean, look at this beauty. Look at this beauty! This is what I've spent all day doing. I hope you've been more productive than me. Morning, Stone! You like my rendition of the Steam logo? Oh, also, Stone, it looks like we're going to try and do some long death tomorrow morning, early in the day. Although I will have to pack tonight, then. I get to do laundry tonight. Help, I got hiccups. Where'd that come from? Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I wanted to do one tile. There you go. And make you out of diorite. But I hope you slept well. We had a rather eventful day. I'll put it that way. Yeah, you know that you stream a long period of time when your mod can go to bed at the beginning of the stream and wake up before the stream ends. It's like, good night, guys. Right at the very beginning of the stream, wakes up, stream's still going. Oh, also, new emotes got uploaded, by the way. Yeah, nice 8-hour rest. But we got our new emotes up and running now. And great news for everything involving Gremlin for Mayor, because the background for Gremlin for Mayor's stream is now animated. Did you have too many drinks? You know, I maybe we should make a script for my bot that if it has to post more than these new emotes make me puke. I know, right? If the bot has to post more than like 100 beers in 10 minutes or something, it should just post a puke emote. We should see if we could do something like that. Oh no, that's a shame. Trevor. These new emotes make me sick. Bot's tolerance should go strong. Oh, like at the start of the stream, like if it has to post like 2 or 3 beers, it pukes. But like by the end of the stream, it's like it needs like 25 beers to puke. But yeah, I'm quite a fan of these new emotes. They look goofy as heck. What are these green dots doing? The fuck? What? Oh, look at that. There's fireflies. Well then, interesting. Huh. All right. Let's just look at that. There's fireflies hanging around my Valve logo. Sod off, you little pests. It would get complicated. I mean, sure, we could make a Python plugin for my bot. Question is do we want to actually put the effort in? And that's where the questions really get kind of, I don't know. Turns out, I don't know if we want to get that complicated. Just like a super overly complicated, just like bot puking algorithm. And it's multiplied faster if people use crypt rocks instead of crypt beer. To make an index with timestamps for things. You enjoying any of them? Or do you have any favorites, I guess? I sometimes will just go back and re-listen to them. You know, it's kind of funny because like my ethos or maybe kind of just like work model, I guess, for my entire time streaming is I just try and make content that I would want to watch. And those interviews are like the best example of that because it's like the only bit of my content that I will just go back and unironically like read the entire thing. Crypt stare instead of vomit. Well, that's crypt blank. But like crypt blank could be a decent usage for that. I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll think of something. We'll make it do something eventually. Considering we willed a 24/7 countdown timer into existence in like a matter of minutes, I'm sure we can make something silly happen. We can come up with something, I'm sure. You've only made it through one episode. You've got college and work, so it's slow going. Gotcha. What, like the very first one? That very first one had the legendary. I think it was the first one. Pretty sure that was the first one. You get to see reoccurring characters in almost every single chat, and then there's one where, this one person got kind of upset in the chat because I didn't ask his questions, but don't tell anybody that. But their questions were asking why there isn't like simulated sex in Dwarf Fort. That one was very funny to me. It's like, has Tarn ever thought about adding graphic descriptions of penetration? I was like, Got real sad at the very end. Like, wait, you didn't ask my question. Not going to. It's like Skyrim mods talk. I mean, not even that many Skyrim mods. That guy hit nice, exactly. What's up, Major AFK? I don't know. That sort of stuff just amuses me. It's also just kind of sad. Like, more than anything, because it's like, wow, I feel bad, but also kind of don't. It's like those people that just, like, ironically go into every Steam game and give it a negative review and say, add sex. It's like, okay. There is something about that hustle that I kind of respect, though. It's like I've watched a speed run of Fahrenheit, and I know how that goes. Or Indigo Prophecy? You know, I'm pretty sure that game's still banned on Twitch, actually. I don't think they ever actually lifted that permaban. Like, if you stream that game on Twitch, you just straight up just get banned. Awkward pixel rubbing. Really good sex toy. Some people worry me. I'll put it that way, Metalhead. Well, I mean, fortunately, Steam sells porn, so there's, like, actually a lot of option there, Clino. Option 2 is cheaper? Yeah. This is true. Assuming you're paying for the first option. Well, actually, buying dinner is pretty expensive. Do you know... Yeah, option 2 is almost certainly cheaper. Anyway, I hope you've been good, Major AFK. It's been a minute since I've seen you around. We're making this very obtuse symbol to the great gods of player count. It's a very dense and discerning religion called the PC Master Race, and I hope that they all buy the video game, and that's what this altar is dedicated to. A grand, glorious altar, frankly, with a great symbol that can be seen from the high heavens, even when I zoom all the way out. Actually, no, when I zoom out, it looks better. I think about it. I mean, look at it. It's glorious, truly. Dinner dates, increased bills, your voice, random Tinder dates are cheaper. Well, I don't even get likes on Tinder, so it makes getting dates kind of difficult. You just got a PS5. You might wait for the PlayStation. Okay, unironically, someone should see if they can get Dwarf Fortress running on a PS3. This is not necessarily compatible with everyone. You remind me of a friend of mine, somebody. So I used to hang out with this guy ages ago, and he had this roommate who would clean her sex toys in the dishwasher. It's the most question that I've ever had when he's like, go grab a fork, yeah, they're in the dishwasher. Open up the dishwasher and it's full of dicks, and it's like, is that a joke? He's like, oh god, Jill! Yeah, it was fun. Good times. I'll leave with my hands. Yeah. I mean, hey. Unironically, they're clean, but it's still just kind of funny. Also, in her defense, she did clean out the dishwasher first. Like, she removed all the dishes and put all the dishes away. Just my friend didn't realize. Boy. Summer has arrived on the calendar. It's good weather time in Steam. You know, I still have this diagram open. I don't think I need it anymore. Yeah, I don't need it anymore. I can close that. Why is this pie? Oy vey. That's all I have to say to that. Just random cackling. But anyway, anything that you've played on that PS5 yet? Right aside. This is how I try to change the subject. Mostly Stray. I finished that game in one sitting. That game was a good afternoon. I enjoyed that game. I don't think it's the greatest game ever made. I wouldn't describe it as overwhelmingly positive. Like, that game had a lot of weird issues. But that was a fun afternoon, is the way I would describe Stray. That was just, it was a pretty generic video game that I enjoyed. I liked Stray. Your cat got stuck. Oh, really? Yeah, especially in, like, that first major zone, I got stuck in the walls a couple times trying to find, like, the last few cans and stuff, but cat was cute. Game played well. Game looked pretty. Game ran well. The running sequences were fun. The cat was cute. It meowed. It has a meow button. Good game. Oh, God. That sucks. Sam, go back to bed. What the fuck? The controller meows? Oh, that's cute. I didn't know that. I mean, I played it on PC on an Xbox controller, right? Oh. Stray and Spider-Man? Yeah. Get that nice frame rate? I mean, you could just play it on PC. Full moon makes you wake up at shit o'clock. Hey, maybe you can go to bed early then. I don't know if it works like that, but like tomorrow, I mean. The end of the day. Tonight. Tonight for you? Tomorrow for me. Tonight for you. Good morning. Also, I'm going to say this again. You're another one of those people that I'm shocked dodged a gift sub today. Like, when Navy goes ham, I'm always surprised when people tune into my stream that are here a lot that, like, somehow managed to get away without, like, getting gifted a sub. It's like, how did you dodge that? I really want to, like, speak with somebody at Twitch about their gifting algorithm because I think it's rigged. Yeah, you. I mean, 120-something subs were gifted out today, and you dodged them all. But then again, there was a few people who did. Like, Hex Wrench also dodged them. Sigil dodged them. Like, a couple people did. You've got very, very, very high dodge stats. This is all I gotta say. Whatever, past 2. It's a little to 3, but you slept in them? Yeah, but you probably went to bed at a very different hour than Sem did. Funny, you usually go for tank. Okay, well, it just didn't penetrate your armor then, clearly. You guys are far too kind to me. I do not deserve an audience this kind, frankly. All right, let's do that. Throw that down, blat, and then up to there. And fill the rest in with red, and then that's literally it, I think. Whenever I find my gold. So this all gets filled in with red. Then I think these dwarves have earned a break. I think it's time to put on like a festival or something. Although I need to find my blood wood logs. Wherever Bloodthorn, they're there. And that's it. That's our Valve logo. Now we just need to wait for these dwarfy little guys to finish this. And then we've got a Steam icon on the top of the pyramid. Looks pretty good. Damn. Let's see how this looks in vanilla.
This is madness.
Honestly? How goes the
Neat.
glass pyramid? Well, it's a little Valvian. Just a little bit. It's off center. Oh, I know. That's intentional. I'm going to put a tower down here. And maybe put the Kit Fox logo on top of it on another day. But yes, I know it's off center. That's intentional. Considering the bottom left is also not matching the rest of the corners, your OCD, do you actually have diagnosed OCD or can I make fun of you? Like, do you have a doctor's slip stating that you have OCD? Because otherwise I'm just going to tear you a new one. But that's not what OCD does, really. But it goes pretty good, Hobo. We got the roof on it. We got the kind of flat top. It goes all the way down to here. Self-diagnosis is best diagnosis. All right, well, that's not what OCD does. My sister-in-law has really extreme OCD, and she gets really fucking annoyed whenever people comment on that and state that, oh, no, a thing not symmetrical. My OCD, it's not what OCD does. Except for in some extremely specific cases. So it's exceptionally unlikely that OCD does that to you. Fair enough, but that's not OCD. Dravenstar, hello. Good day. Yeah, well, we all have our problems, right? We need to, I've been ordered by chat to look up some, this little thing called Pinball Museum. Hobo? Naturally. And my asymmetrical, non-centered pyramid makes it unique. So don't be mean to it. Because symmetry is fucking boring. That's all. I really hate symmetry. It's just like, I intentionally make things not symmetrical to annoy people because it's ridiculous. It looks good in one situation. That's airplane, or the two things. Airplanes and spaceships. Everything else, eh. Millennium Falcon's good ship for reasons. It's not symmetrical. It's blocked down from Luxor too? Ooh. I think that if we don't go to the Pinball Museum, Aqua might throw a riot in the chat. Like, might actually cause some problems. Symmetry is good in asymmetry? Damn. The reason I'm bothered by symmetry is human faces are beautiful because they're not symmetrical. And whenever you see a human face that's completely symmetrical, they look like a fucking alien. Steam release is almost done. Not quite. There's many terms that should be retired. Stone. Oh, also, Hobo, check out this can. Fuck. Look at this little guy. Oh, absolutely. Krista, all the time. Oh, we jumped around. We got a child withdrawing from society. We got a kiddo in a strange mood. Yo, it's lit. No, he's like so fucking happy. He's just like extremely happy. And he's got like a Hawaii. He's like, it's literally death in like a fucking sports car, like a hot rod, wearing a Hawaiian shirt, just like zipping around with like a little scythe. Fucking love it. Yeah, kiddo, go make us a toy hammer. Go do it. Spooky? I'm always spooky. From centuries on a horse, you'd be excited too. That's just like, fuck yeah, I'm going to New Mexico. 8:10 p.m. Hobo. I take off at 5:30. All right, kiddo grabbed, what is that? Craft store shop? Did he run off? He ran off. He's gonna go make a thing. I mean, something something Yoho, Mexico. The alcohol is free. Yo-ho, Mexico. Okay, so making that pyramid took just over a year in game. Just over a year. Why the rum gun? I think you know the answer to that question. But yeah, my flight lands at 8:10 p.m., which means I should be... I don't know. I don't know how big that airport is. I would assume big, but I don't know. The people who made it were drinking beer, historically accurate? Yes. All right, chat. Steam version only needs 4 more blocks. 3 more blocks. And once it's done, then I can unironically inform you guys that I am now playing the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. I am going to tweet this at KidFox, but I'm not going to claim to them that I'm playing Steam Dwarf Fortress. I just need 3 grabbing crayons. 2, actually, no. 2. So I'm scrolling up and looking at this pinball museum link that Aqua linked. Wow, this website is super, like, 2001. Like, gosh, look at this website. This is the most, like, early aughts website I've seen in a while. Good God. Also, I love that the photos are literally just, like, screenshots of Google Maps. I beg your fucking pardon. All right, well, I'm in. Let's do that. That looks fun. That's actually worse than my dad's website. That's saying something. My dad's website is like the location for my dad's website is literally just like a photograph taken of Google Maps of the location. We did it, chat. We've released the Steam version of Dwarf Fortress. Well, actually, no, there's one left. One tile left. Oh, got to talk with the Merchants Guild real quick and ask them to bring us more cheese. What, you thought that I wouldn't actually do it? I mean, it was mentioned. I was like, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do it. We did it. I mean, one person joked in my YouTube comments section once that I should keep a fortress alive for 1,000 years. Anyway, that fort's 400-something years old now. 427 years old? From the dumpsters of the Golden Nugget before the cash trucks grab them? Before the trash trucks grab them. Really? Huh. That's kind of funny. Anyway, bang. It's done. That only took most of the afternoon. I think I need some dwarf to come here and collect their laundry. Once that laundry's gone, I can screenshot this and put it on Twitter and Mastodon. Thanks, Jack Nurick. And yeah, Navy was very generous earlier today. Very generous. As I joked earlier, that's the hookers and blow budget for Las Vegas. Not actually. Definitely beer budget. And concert budget. 3D model will be awesome. I'll plop the save file up if anybody wants it. No blackjack, hookers, and blow. Okay, there you go. We need 100 more gift subs for that. Please don't do that. You guys have done more than enough today. Got to make a few calls and cancel some. Here's the thing. I can't tell if you're joking or not. That's the funny thing. That could be completely unrelated, and you could not be joking, but it just sounds funny. All right, boom. There we go. Is Steam something simulated in DF or just mist? There's Steam. If you dump water on something hot, Steam comes up, yeah. Some convenient things like the lazy pack. I mean, I know for a fact a bunch of popular DF hack features have been worked into the game. It should also get reposted on Mastodon in like 10 minutes or so. Could you run Steam through those yellow parts? Not consistently.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking sick. Hell yeah. Woo!
What's up, audio? Also, hi, audio. Errol has begun a mysterious construction. What did you grab there, kiddo? Add a site, lime, and Impala bone. Oh, that's a simple one. Oh, just the Steam logo? Yeah, it turned out well. I'm quite happy with it. Turned out quite well. Now we got a ton of other things we gotta do. Like, you know, build these up to the top and stuff. You know, every single time when I saw Mastodon starts trending on Twitter for a moment there, I was like, did Mastodon put out? Oh. God damn. It's literally Twitter, but with elephants. And it's decentralized, and you can run your own server of it. And you can follow me on Mastodon here at, there. At blindrl at mast.to. That me. I've managed to accrue like 40 followers in like 4 days, and I'm pretty happy. What's up, Rez? It's not another Mastodon album, no. Unfortunately. The social media platform. All right, so these dwarves deserve a break. So I'm not going to make them do too much for a little bit. I'm just going to kind of check in on a few of them and kind of go, okay, what's the cloth stocks look like? Go up to there. Quite a bit of rammy cloth. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of crappy mittens. So let's say cloth mitten. 200. Let's make 200 mittens. And all the way down to here. Disc. Let's make 200 discs. No, I know. You have to copy the whole thing. I mean, the way you follow somebody on Mastodon is you go into your like search function and you type in like the @ username and then @mass.io or mass.to or whatever their server is called. Doesn't really matter if Twitch gets mad at it, but you'd literally just have to copy paste it anyway, so. There's a lot of dwarves encrusting stuff. I don't have any dwarves encrusting anything in this fort. I do have a lot of dwarves making things, though. I'm confused about what you're on about, Kristith. Love a good crust, especially on a pizza. Well, I mean, we were engraving walls, but we don't have anything to engrave currently. I mean, honestly, like, I haven't been really making anything. I've just been making blocks for this. Well, thank you, Phoenix. I gotta be honest, like, something that I've noticed about Mastodon is people who are following me on Mastodon are actually paying attention to social media, so it's kind of like the recent... When you tell everybody from one social media platform, hey, I'm also on this other one, the people who are the most active are the ones that notice and pay attention and then follow you on the next platform, which is just kind of funny. So it's like, even though I have a much larger following on Twitter, I get way more responses on Mastodon right now just because that's where people who give a shit are, I guess. But, you know, is what it is. All right. Iral, the dwarven child, has created Ninursinot, an impala bone grate, and claims it as an heirloom in the name of the family ancestor Inga's work ring. That's not going to be worth very much, I don't think. Nope, it's worth 4,800. Well, thank you, Taylor. This is an impala bone grate. All Crastor ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with lime wood, and on the item is an image of a cubic cube in impala bone. On the item is an image of Kumil, steam wheels, the dwarf, in andesite. I think that you are pulling at straws that don't really exist, generally, Krista. But like, I see the connection that you're making, but it's not an accurate connection. You usually sell your artifacts. Is that a mistake? Well, I mean, artifacts are actually like useless unless they're doors. So, no. No, I wouldn't say that's a mistake. There really isn't anything in Dwarf Fortress that is a mistake. Like, you can do almost anything in the game, and I wouldn't really classify anything as a mistake. You want to do something, it's not a mistake. If you want to sell your artifacts, sell your artifacts. If you want to keep your artifacts and put them all in a giant vault and hoard them, do that. If you want to throw them into a volcano, do that. Like, there really isn't anything that's, like, incorrect or wrong in Dwarf Fortress. It's just simply do the thing that you want to do the way you want to do it and have fun. That other armies can demand an artifact. So that's not a feature yet. That's a new feature that's getting implemented in premium. So I don't know where you read that, or where you heard that. Maybe from something I said in the past or something. But that will be a feature in premium, but isn't a feature yet. Not updating from a certain version number? What? I mean, if you want to play on a specific old, like, if you want to, like, install DF 2.8 or something and play on 2D DF, go nuts. Why not? Play the game the way you want to play it. I'm not your mom. I'm not here to tell you something is right or wrong. Well, unless it means, like, you know, drawing offensive symbols or something on every layer. That would be a mistake. Why is there a blue left? Or a blue S up in the top left? That means that I have soldiers training. It's the sparring icon. So there's 3 icons that can appear there. A red C, green H, and blue S. The blue S means dwarves are sparring. The red C means that there's combat happening on the map. And the green H means that something is hunting something on the map. So right now, dwarves are training. And also because it's a cool S and people drew them everywhere in high school. That's basically all it is. It's actually something that I feel like a lot of people don't know about, even people that have played the game for quite a long time, is that the S, the C, and the H mean sparring, hunting, and combat. You know what's funny? I don't ever talk about this at all, but you see this river here? Well, underneath this river, there's this. There's these little boulders here. There's a dead body down here. I think I should just remind people. By the way, there's a dead body. Like, nobody's perfect. Doesn't matter how good you are at Dwarf Fort. Sometimes you still dump bodies somewhere. I'm not even sure what you were trying to do there, Hobo. What? What's up, Jovial? What am I even looking at, Hobo? Oh, it's the cool... I see. Okay. Tried so hard. I wouldn't have banned you. If you'd successfully posted the cool S, that would have been fine. It's a lot of serrated green glass discs. In Long Death? Yes. In Long Death, we are, in fact, still getting invaded by that one human faction that's still mad at me. I think they're just going to invade me until they run out of people, and they haven't run out of people yet. There's been a few weird sieges from them, though, where they send, like, crafters and, like, peasants and, like, completely unarmed recruits that are armed with weapons that are very much musical instruments and not actually weapons. So that's been a little odd. How many soldiers do I have? What, in this fort? 19, I think? It's either 19 or 20. I can't remember if I added the 20th. But, I mean, that pyramid with the Steam logo is my army, really. It's just like a big old dome with a glass exterior that has lava at the bottom, and we fire things into lava and pour lava on things' heads. It's very effective. We're also going to buy a bunch more books. The Dwarves' Entertainment. About the Lever. That's a good one. Requires... I'm sorry, what does that say? I thought that said Book of Chipmunks, and I'm disappointed. I'm also going to buy all of this thread. And then go up here into the leaves and plants. Get some good food variety. Now this would give me repetitive strain injury if I had to do this for extended periods. Glad I don't. That's enough. Maybe my dwarf don't go to the lever fast enough. Ah, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So now the next thing we need to start building up is I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this layer. Because I don't want the goblins to get catapulted up, smack into the ceiling, and then come back down and land on one of these 3 towers. So I need to stop them from landing on the towers. So we need to start removing that possibility. The pyramid looks awesome. Here, you know what? We'll do a full-size, like, zoom out view of it, for those of you who haven't seen it. So it's down here, right? It goes all the way down to here. It's full of lava. That's the base level, right? Then we got the upper level, right? The outer wall going up the top. The middle level with the floodgates at the top of the floodgates and the towers, and then it just goes up and up. And it was actually originally just supposed to go up to here, and I wasn't planning on building a pyramid. And then Hobo in chat was like, build a glass pyramid. I was like, okay. So then we just started building a pyramid. And it went up, 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 and then bang, there it is. For whatever it's worth, I don't run mid-roll ads, so if you turn off your ad blocker, you won't see mid-roll ads. For whatever it's worth. I'm not suggesting you do. I mean, don't, but... That, or if you actually want to get around ads on Twitch, install VLC Media Player and Chatty and watch in Live Streamer. Although then you'll just get a black screen whenever ads pop up instead of actual ads. Which, you know... No tip? What, on the pyramid? I mean, I guess theoretically I could start building on top of it and build like a weird tip thing. But no, it's a flat top. I mean, hold up. I mean, like, come on. Tell me you've never seen a flat top pyramid. And look, see? Kind of more of the style we were, or like more of this kind of thing. You know, it's like, it's a giant shrine to our Lord and Savior, Valve and Gabe Newell. All right, Kit Fox appears to have retweeted my tweet. Time to just close Twitter for the rest of the night. That's going to be an unusable tweet in a bit. Yeah, it's more of a ziggurat. I mean, people, like, know what a pyramid is when I shout pyramid. But what I could do is I could go into the corners and I could build over top of it. Like, I could go down to, like, here and just start building up. And I could build it to a point. Actually, no, that looks kind of rad. Not gonna lie, that looks kind of awesome. I fear that it would ruin it. I'm trying to think what I could do. Isn't it just a Pyrrha? Ha! You know what I could do? I could... I got an idea, but this would take me 50,000 years. So... Oh, hey, Sideways, what's up? I could go to... this corner, and this corner, and build up into a point above this that connects around the outside of the circle. Build another circle on top of it, and then build the Kit Fox logo up right above it. But that would take actually 10,000. I don't know if I actually want to do that. I feel it'd take forever. I'm not gonna worry about it for right now. We'll think on that one. Maybe we'll add additions to it. For right now, these dwarves need a break. The Kit Fox logo on the surface level not be cool enough? I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking, but chat does have a point where it's, well, chat has pointed out the lack of a point. Do you get my point? It's a bit of a pointy subject, but... It is a very pointless pyramid, yeah. Unironically, extraordinarily pointless pyramid. It's a very blunt pyramid, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just like my personality. All right. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to keep Twitter closed. Fucking and retweets already. Some migrants have arrived. Excuse me? Where? Oh, what? Oh, hey, 2 migrants. Look at that. You dream of mastering a skill. Well, guess what? You never fail to seek out the most exciting and adventurous situations, such as joining my military right as you appear in the fort. You're a coward and completely overwhelmed by fear when confronted by danger. Mood! How about you? Do you dream of mastering a skill and has a strong tendency towards privacy and can sometimes act without deliberation? Does not easily fall in love and rarely develops positive feelings. Thought migrants were broken?
Psst, Jack Narek, this isn't long death.
She occasionally overindulges and is trusting. And she enjoys the company of others and doesn't handle stress well. Yeah, no, this isn't long death. This is the Rim of Savants, which is why there's a volcano on the surface. This fortress is called Stonewater, in that we're fucking around with lava, and naturally, Stonewater is referring to lava. So, yes, not long death. No, I wouldn't put a giant Steam logo on the surface of long death. You saw the mega projects and lava traps and jumped to conclusions? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Makes sense to me. All right, well, seems like we're at 200 dwarves. This dwarf, though, is a coward and is completely overwhelmed by fear when confronted by danger, and likes to present himself boldly that would offend the average sense of modesty. So an overcompensating coward. Tends to avoid any physical confrontations and works to square this natural tendency with his respective martial prowess. Oh, he's a CEO. Generally acts impartially and is rarely moved to mercy. Definitely a CEO. Quick to form negative views about things. Absolutely a CEO. Is curious and eager to learn. Probably still CEO. Has a sense of duty. Sure. Doesn't experience strong cravings or urges and could be considered rude. Definitely a CEO. He is stubborn and tends to be passive in discussions. Needs alcohol to get through the working day. Definitely a CEO. Always deal fairly, says this little business dwarf. Is a gem thingy? It's a novice hammer dwarf. I thought that you were terrified of things. Let's remove your combat labors. Is a novice gem setter and a novice swimmer. Okay, who dumped you in a lake? Let's go with... So yeah, let's give you brewing, plant gathering. Go make yourself useful there, dwarf. So, but yeah, no, that's a fair conclusion to jump to, Jack Nurk, I would say. That is what I would describe as a fair conclusion. So what I'm thinking about doing for this is filling this into over here with floor and over here with floor, and then building walls around the edge up one layer, and then filling this whole layer in with flooring. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And then putting a tavern in the middle, maybe with another pattern on the bottom. Maybe we'll put the Kit Fox logo on the ground in there. That could work. And that could be a large secondary tavern. That's where the point went? There was never a point. You're back? This zombie's been here multiple times. Multiple times. Kind of perplexes me. It's like, why are you here? The hell? I'm like way happier with that than I should be. But, so we have this massive fucking pyramid with a Steam logo in it, yet this little highlighted area is our tavern. The massive lobster. It's not massive, nor does it look like a lobster. I feel like this tavern is a little bit insulting next to that massive thing. Tekid, thanks for the raid. You want to see what I spent all day doing? I was very productive today. Audio, can I get a shout out for Tekid, please? This is what I spent all day doing. You might not realize it, but this is definitely a stream release of Dwarf Fortress, okay? How's things, Tekid? How was your stream? And also, hello, Tofu Monks. But this is at the top of a giant, like, ziggurat-style pyramid that is hollowed out with these fucking lava towers in the middle and a weird maze of walkways. Never seen that symbol in your life? Really? Well, let me tell you of the great shrine to our Lord and Savior Gaben. But yeah, what's up, gamers? If you guys don't know Tekid, go give Tekid a follow. The thing he's at the top of the screen for a little bit longer. Go give Tekid a follow. He makes some of the best tutorials on YouTube. Tekid, you can link your YouTube channel too if you like. To anybody coming over from Tekid, you may have heard my voice before in various places, but I stream way too much Dwarf Fort. Although I will be vanishing early tomorrow because I'm going to fly to Vegas to hang out with Stoned Hobo in the chat for the weekend. And then I will be flying back. Don't worry, you will have tutorials again soon, Taylor. Gotta say that. Like, he's working on things. Trust me. Also, next week on the 17th at 3 p.m. Pacific, Tekid, I think, is going to be joining me. I say this almost like confirmation. Tekid, I think, is going to be joining me for the quarterly Bay 12 talk a second time to discuss dwarfy things with one Tarn Adams on this channel. Maybe a Zach? I don't know. I don't know if Zach's going to be there. That's not confirmed, but at the very least, a Tarn. Also, I'm drinking this strong beer, Bad Tattoo Brewing, Halion IPA. It's very on brand for me, as you can see. This lovely little skelly lad with a fucking Hawaiian print shirt and a hot rod and a scythe is on it. Very on brand. You got to add that to the announcements in Gremlin Premiere. Oh, yeah. Also, I want to promote this. The unofficial, very much not official, countdown timer for Gremlin becoming mayor and Dwarf Fortress releasing on Steam. All hail your Lord and Savior and vote Gremlin. Anyway, now upgraded with an animated background. Shoutouts to Jer Henning from chat who went in and animated the tentacles, the spider, the fire, and the background back there. It looks awesome. I mean, like, look at that tentacle. So, super cool. We got to grow that thing. Let's see how many people we can get on that channel on release. You stopped too early because you thought premium was closer than it was, but now it's really close and tutorials planned. Yeah, that makes sense. You guess you won't be shutting your computer down while on vacation? I've been debating just leaving my computer on. I don't know. You're going to eat a whole bushel of apples? I'm sorry, why? I beg your pardon, why? Yeah, I saw the announcement. I'm going to be starting my stream up early tomorrow and then rating them. And then after about an hour leaving because I need to catch a plane. But the fun bit about that, which I'm assuming I'm allowed to talk about, they didn't say I wasn't, so I'm assuming I am, is the week after. I think I'm gonna be on that stream. Like, I think I'm gonna be on the Kit Fox learning to play Dwarf Fortress stream, backseating Alexandra, which should be fun, followed by, and just like harassing her and asking questions. Then that stream ends, I'm gonna turn my stream on, and then like 2 hours later, Tarn's gonna join me. So that like the Bay 12 Games talk is going to be just a couple hours after I was backseating the game. So that's gonna be fun. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, I'm just gonna be like nudging her to do all sorts of dangerous things, you know? All right, it's like, all right, so now you gotta start making glass. Why? So that you can make a giant glass pyramid, and put that on top of it. Very, you know, apt. Oh, I understand. No longer undead. I mean, we're on a mission from God, Metalhead. You have to eat that whole bushel of apples. But it would be a disaster. I mean, you should ask her. There's maybe a possibility. Hey, those would be the most efficient 45 minutes ever spent. Tekken. So there will be 2 ways to buy it. Once premium's out, it'll be available DRM free on itch or on Steam, but it will also be available for free directly from the developer as well. And if you want to just give the developer money, you can do that already via PayPal. So it's one of those, if you want it DRM free, you get it on itch. If you want it with Steam DRM, get it on Steam. And if you want to just give them money, you can do that. The free version is the nice UI with all of the usability improvements, minus the pixels. So it's still ASCII, but it's still the nice UI. So this is what the free version is going to look like. You still get the new UI. It's still going to be clicky. Still going to work with the mouse. DRM. Steam has some basic DRM installed, and there are times where even DRM-free games don't work properly. So if you don't want it to be connected to your Steam library, you get it through itch, where you just download the .exe. That's what I mean when I say DRM. If you don't want it to be tagged onto your Steam library, just go get it through itch. Because then you can just download the raw .exe. Well, I mean, lots of games are DRM free on Steam, and I'm assuming that Dwarf Fortress will be DRM free on Steam. I haven't heard anything otherwise. I don't think they're gonna fucking put the Nouveau anti-tamper on it. That would be a bit redundant. But I know for a fact they're not going to. So, but like, Steam has some built-in DRM, and that's just because of your account. If you have an account on Steam, there is some DRM on Steam. It's minimal DRM, but it's still DRM. I beg your pardon, Hobo, what? I was gonna say, initially I was like, you typed that in the wrong chat, Hobo. Yeah, well, Steam has shitty DRM. You can get around it, but it's still a tad bit annoying. which is just the default response to anybody who's like, I want it on GOG for DRM free. It's like, well, that's why you buy it on itch. But like GOG isn't even doing new releases anymore, so they've gone entirely back to just only old games. No, Steam is fine. Steam DRM is super fucking mild and easy to get around. Oh, also, Tekkit, I don't know if you've planned this already, but if you want a pretty easy, no, they didn't kill GOG. GOG is still alive and well. They've given up. Rather than diving into way too much information, they've given up competing with Epic Games and Steam. That's literally it. They've just given up. They're no longer trying to compete with bigger platforms. And you know what? I think that's probably wise. But I also have plenty of problems with GOG, and I'd rather not just like sit here and talk trash about a platform that some people really like. All right, let's move this to over here. And even more as of yesterday, but that's a different subject. That's not for me to discuss. Yeah, I'm still running. I'm actually sitting, I'll have you know, and I have beer. What's up? And I will be online again in approximately 11 hours and 15 minutes. Mornings, Patalier. Yo, what do you think of my altar to the great almighty Steam? Did I do good? It's pretty good, I think. Hot? I mean, the hot's underneath it because it's the lava's underneath it. DF rising? Well, it's better than DF falling. Just called in sick for today. And good altar, burn some money on it. Maybe not money, but goblins will get smacked up against the bottom of it. I could put gold statues of it, like all over it. But hope you're doing okay. I hope that you have a decent sick day. But yeah, Tekkit, you should look into making videos about how to make Dwarf Fortress run on Linux before there's official Linux support. Because I'll tell you this, you'll get views. Especially if you can like be like, yeah, this will also work on Steam Deck. Because I think that you're running Arch Linux, are you not? That's what Shedor said, sure. Burn 2 goblins or your local equivalent. Man, the concept of what's 2 goblins to USD transfer rate? Well, I mean, the thing about the controller scheme is it has 2 things, right? Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, Twitch, holy fuck. Excuse me? This is a parody account, by the way. We've heard you, and a lot of feedback from ambassadors and partners. How long until this account gets banned? How did they let this get posted? I've heard a lot of feedback from ambassadors and partners, and the sub split is changing in December. It's not. Hey, vey. Okay, how many retweets do you think this is gonna get? Before that account gets banned. God, Twitter is a fucking mess. I know, right? Vibe check for Twitch? No, it's more like this is why you don't let people pay for verification on any platform. .jpg. It just doesn't work. Straight up just doesn't work. Musk is burning it to the ground makes you sad. The sad part is their user activity has actually gone up. But I don't know. Twitter death party puck. Yeah, I know, right? Let's. But do you want to go to do you want to go to Twitter's funeral? We can have a rave. Let's play crab rave for like 2 hours straight. Two other Twitch streamers that I know this morning quit. It's been fun. It's like everybody's just leaving. You thought that was real for a second and you got so excited? I did for about the first whoa, and then the second 2 woes were fake. I was like, whoa, wait a second. Oh. But no, not real. A whole ass all-night rave just with the same song on repeat. Well, I mean, I feel like it would be Crab Rave repeated with Darude Sandstorm all night, right? Which, honestly enough, I could be down for. Could be fine. This poor dwarf. Oh, no. Ooh. The Forgotten Beast, Fiva Kambesaga has come. A towering eyeless scorpion. It has a spiral shell and it squirms and fidgets. Its gray exoskeleton is waxy. Beware its poisonous sting. You know, that's scary because it's an S, and S's are scary in Dwarf Fort. Let's send both my squads after it. For a second there, I thought it was stuck. It might actually... No, it's not. It should be good. One, go. Perfect. Sandstorm is memories. You know, honestly, Sandstorm just makes me think about high school graduation. Because that song was played, and I shit you not, like 4 or 5 times. During the dance that they had afterwards. It's a weird day. Good memories and bad memories. Right, so the first dwarf in the set is this wrestler, followed by Kogan. The wrestler is, however, wielding an iron battle axe. Moves forward. Combat begins. The wrestler strikes the Forgotten Beast in the right pincher with the pommel of her iron battle axe, fracturing the chitin. This is not a very strong beast. Bugs are weak in Dwarf Fort. Wrestler hacks the Forgotten Beast in the left first foot with an iron battle axe, fracturing the chitin. The Axe Lord bites the Forgotten Beast in the CPO thorax, chipping the chitin and bruising the muscle. The Axe Lord latches on firmly. Well, that's good. Are you saying anything there, Axe Lord? He says, after latch... Okay, so hold on. Bites the Forgotten Beast in the CPO thorax, okay? Chipping the chitin and bruising the muscle. Latches on firmly, so still biting. And then Kogan says, the battle because he's biting it, right? So he's shouting while bite. Anyway, this other wrestler hasn't said anything though. He's sitting there biting it. He's biting it right now. Okay, I guess he's done biting it. How'd the biting go? The Forgotten Beast misses the Axe Lord, but breaks the grip of the Axe Lord's upper front teeth on the beast's sepia thorax. Along with Cotton Eye Joe. Okay, now that brings back memories. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? The wrestler hacks the Axe Lord. Also, High Arch. You know, Twitter is like writing a masterclass right now on why you shouldn't let people pay for verification. Arch. It's wild. Anyway, 5 is dead. Who got the kill? Arch, I've got a question. What do you think of my viral marketing slash art piece? Also, if you need anything for podcast edits, tell me by tonight. Or tomorrow morning, rather. My time. I know I gave you the intro bit. Can't remember if I gave you the outro. Although you can just use the intro as an outro because they're almost identical. One is just a little bit more modular. If it would change color. Yeah, that's like the one thing. I kind of wish that I had more Valvian colors, but get you both and you'll make it work. All right, I will cut the outro music out of the last episode and fire it over to you tonight. You've got Reaper now? Yeah, as long as you can just add new tracks, adding music shouldn't be hard. But like, honestly, worst case scenario, ship it without music and just say that Blind knows how to do this shit and I don't, and it'll be fine. Like, literally, like, if editing, if something doesn't work, like I was going to send you this last night, if something doesn't work, actually, technically, you could just send it over to me and I could probably do it on Hobo's PC, but like, literally just ship the fucking, like, backup audio and just be like, that's fucking fine. It's fine. Because, like, I've put up multiple episodes in the past of just the backup audio with just the music stapled on either end, and it's fine. As long as there's, like, the talking for breaks, if they happen, is cut out around that, then you're good. It's more the 7 a.m. thing. You know, honestly, why don't you and Drongo just record something at, like, you and Drongo time? Like, you don't necessarily need to jump in with FG's just realizing that nobody else is taking, like, lead on it. So, like, if you need to record at a time that isn't 7 in the morning, just pick a time that works for you and just be like, how about instead this time? Literally no plan has been done. You guys are all on your own. I notified you guys 2 weeks ago that I'd be gone. So I mean, even if an episode doesn't go up this week, it just doesn't go up. Like, I'm not gonna plan an episode I'm not on. So it's up to you guys, unfortunately. As we construct the inside of this pyramid. I really should give these dwarfs a proper break and also a proper tavern. You got this. I have faith. I have faith. But yeah, worst case scenario, don't worry about music. Just ship it. Just ship the backup. Like, it's a podcast. It doesn't need to be high quality at the end of the day. It just needs to function. Is there another hot potato coming? Yes. Disco, thanks for continuing your gift sub. Cheers, man. Yes, there's a new hot potato coming. And I think, has everybody been announced yet? Arch, I actually haven't been paying as much attention as I probably should be. But yes, another hot potato is coming. It's the, freshly cooked. It's the last weekend of this month. I think it starts on the 23rd? 2 weeks? But, yeah. I haven't been talking about it as much because I've been busy with Dwarfy things. Except all of the communications is going through the Halcyon Frequency Twitter account instead of the old hot potato one. So, speaking of, you know how I literally just said you shouldn't let people pay for verification? This is why you shouldn't be allowed to pay for Twitter verification. What the fuck? Valve software versus Valve soft or fur. It's God. God damn it. It's, you know, honestly, hats off to whoever made that account, but also fuck off to whoever made that account. Mostly the second one. Fuck off. The full-time slots are going out as soon as you finish typing in here. Gotcha. Well, link it in chat as soon as you're finished typing it out, Arch. And it's posted. I mean, right now it's Schadenfreude and hilarious, Deep. If it's not changed drastically in a very short period of time, the site's just going to be completely unusable. And it's all like the number of spam DMs I got before this takeover of Twitter was maybe 1 or 2 every couple months. I would get maybe 1 or 2 like spam like things where it was just like random group message or like some random account. Now I get like 5 to 20 a day, maybe more, of just random ass people. Yeah, also that I've been getting like maybe 5 to 10 followers a day that are straight up bots that disappear within 48 hours. Like they're just like all claiming to be OnlyFans accounts, and they're all just pictures of pretty women, which, you know, I'm okay with getting all these profile pictures of pretty women following me. That makes me feel happy briefly. But like at the same time, it's like none of those are real fucking accounts, and they're completely useless. So, I mean, I don't know if it's just people trying to point at Twitter and be like, you're useless, and let's make you less useless, yet less useful, so you die faster, in which case, hats off to them. But, like, I don't know. For me, it's just proving that, like, Mastodon is a far superior platform, at least for what I want to do with it. Anyway, if you want to follow me at Mastodon, or on Mastodon, I'm at blindirl at mast.to. That's me on Mastodon if you want to follow me on Mastodon. Already up to 40 followers. I haven't even been trying that hard. How's that flooring coming in? Not bad. You saw one where they were pretending to be Twitter verification, and you could get free premium Twitter if you validated your crypto accounts with them. Oh, that's great! I'm so glad that somebody's on top of that fucking hustle. Gosh. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like Twitter before all this shit, and now I just really hate Twitter. But unlike many streamers, I don't worry about making money off of my Twitter account. So I'm in this fortunate position where I don't actually need to care about Twitter, because I don't have an agency behind me that's telling me that I need to have X number of what's the word I'm looking for here? Interactions in order to get paid a certain amount on a sponsorship thing. Like, I don't need to worry about that. So I'm in that kind of fortunate position where I'm small enough on Twitter that it doesn't actually matter if I just say fuck it and stop using Twitter for an extended period of time. Like, I know plenty of people that is a portion of their income. And that sucks. Like, if you have a large following on Twitter, like if you have like 6 figures of Twitter followers, or if you have like tens of thousands, like you can make money off of your Twitter account just by tweeting things out. I guess I'm just kind of happy that I never got big enough on Twitter that that's something that I got used to, I guess. Because now that's all suddenly in jeopardy, right? And I have this weird feeling that Mastodon's never going to quite get to that same level. Oh, hey, Clino followed me on Mastodon. I'm going to follow you back. So, you know, it's, yeah, I don't know. Twitter's a mess. Mastodon is kind of worse in some ways, but also kind of better in other ways. So, first follow and follow back. Hell yeah! Oh, also, speaking of Twitter and Mastodon, if you're like me and you don't like Twitter, but kind of want to try Mastodon, but also like don't want to completely commit to Mastodon, have fun with that. It links your Mastodon and your Twitter accounts via MOA Bridge, no bamboozle. Basically, it literally just like takes anything that you post onto your Mastodon instance and then just mirrors it over to Twitter. So if you're like, man, I want my tweets to show up on Mastodon or vice versa, you can make that happen. It's actually a very useful little tool. And the guy who made it is a mod in a friend of mine's chat. So what's Mastodon? It's like Twitter, but with elephants and decentralized. So you can run your own server. One thing that I think is kind of wild is every single instance of Mastodon can have different length of posts. So the one that I'm on has 550. I can have 550 characters per post, but I've seen other ones that are 256 and some that are 156. So like Twitter, but Discord? Well, Discord isn't decentralized, right? You can't host a Discord server on your computer, right? So it's actually, it's like Twitter, but it's TeamSpeak. Except, like, all of the different servers can interact with each other, and you can follow people on other servers. But more like email is a better way to describe it. But nobody uses email anymore. That's for the olds. All right, so how can I construct this in a way that was actually, like, been remotely useful? Although, as if fucking TeamSpeak isn't also for the olds. Like, how many young people use TeamSpeak? Can't be that many. It really can't be that many. It's potentially not being able to look up a user or account. It does make finding the initial task of finding people to follow a little bit tricky. And I think that's one of the reasons why Mastodon is never going to be as big as Twitter is, I don't think. But I will say this. It's kind of got an idiot check by default on it. So, random person who knows nothing about tech number 42 is much less likely to make a shitposting account to just go blurting nonsense. You have to be, like, at the very least mildly technologically inclined to use Mastodon properly. And also, there's the thing that the big issue with Mastodon is obviously if, say, some alt-right group or some, like, hate speech group wanted to go spin up a Mastodon instance and start using it, they absolutely could. That's the actual big problem with Mastodon. But the nice thing is, if you don't like them, block the instance. And block anybody who posts stuff from their instance. And report the people that are boosting their stuff into your instance. And then just completely lock them off. So instead of, like, them going random viral because everybody's ratioing them on Twitter, they just get locked into their instance and nobody cares. Like, yeah, those idiots are over in the corner, but who cares? So that's the actual problem and the solution for Mastodon all in one. It's like if everybody just kind of generally decides, yeah, fuck those guys, yeah, they're not going to get much traction. Which I like. Sweet. There's your hot potato info, I'm assuming. Anyway, retweeted. And it'll show up on my Mastodon in 5 minutes, maybe. Mm-hmm. Well, naturally, lots of things spin off of open source code. Also, Truth Social, Trump's, like, social media platform, is what, $4 million in debt? And, like, there's a weird part of me that hopes that Trump gets allowed back on Twitter, just because it's more reason to delete my Twitter account. But also, if he does, Truth Social literally just goes thunk and falls off. Vanishes. Does it have a web UI? I mean, here, I'll show you what Mastodon looks like. This is what my Mastodon looks like, running in a web browser. You could download it and run it as an app. Also, yes, I follow Molly White. She amuses the hell out of me. But yeah, this is what Mastodon looks like. Like this is my profile and stuff. Although there's like a more condensed version that just looks like Twitter. You love Molly. She hasn't put fucking Web3 is going great or whatever it is on Mastodon yet, and that bothers me. Web3 is going just great. She's my favorite Web3 enthusiast. You don't know who Molly White is? She runs this Twitter account. Web3 is going just great. It's basically just like articles and write-ups. It's basically just like a blog on Twitter about how Web3 sucks and everything like federal judge rules that Liberty sold tokens in violations of federal securities laws. U.S. attorney convicts individual in 2012 theft from Silk Road, announces seizure of over 50,000 Bitcoin priced at more than $3. Oh boy, it's this kind of shit. Binance to bail out. Okay, cool. Gala Games tokens drained by project claiming to help them. claims the project profited. Yeah, it's basically just like crypto Schadenfreude. If you want some phenomenal crypto Schadenfreude, I recommend following that Twitter account. But yes, Web3 is going great. It's phenomenal. But the thing is, like, Molly White is actually, like, a Web3 activist who's, like, on the side of Web3, but the fact that she's the one running that account is just very funny to me. Like, she constantly talks at, like Web3 summits and whatnot. Like, she's on the side of Web3, but it's just like, y'all are doing this shit wrong. It's just very funny to me. It's just excellent crypto Schadenfreude, which everybody needs in their life, in my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. Like, the technology is fascinating on a lot of fronts, but it's just being implemented incredibly poorly. Gosh, I keep commenting on how bad I feel for these dwarves, just making them work around the clock, constructing all this shit for days, yet here I am still making them build more stuff. Yeah, I saw that. Because I usually have Bloomberg Finance up. I was like, interesting. Or rather, I saw the headline. It's been hilarious. FTX sponsors at least one F1 team, too. Wonder if that logo's going to stay on their car for the rest of the season. How did it die? Well, is now worth around 2. Basically, in the crypto market, if people aren't buying, the value goes down. The value ceases to go up. And when the value ceases to go up, people sell. And when people sell, the value tanks. So if you have an exchange or a very large group based around one particular coin, if people stop buying for an even remotely long period of time, people panic and they pull their money out. And so you have these massive exchanges that are based around the value of a thing. And if the thing ceases to have perceived value, then the thing crashes. Let me Google this. FTX F1 sponsorship. 5 hours ago, Mercedes set to lose major sponsors. Crypto partner goes bankrupt. Yeah. See? It's right there. I thought that they were also with McLaren, but I might be confusing them with that NFT marketplace. Anyway. Yeah, it's OKX, yes. Yes, OKX, the that fucking thing that constantly sends me emails. Or rather, they don't send me emails. They advertise a lot on Gmail, and it bothers me. So, like, when people used to take all of their money out of the bank in panic and thereby causing the banks to run out of money and die, literally exact same thing, yes. Except way faster and way less notice. They'll get Alexander's VODs on YouTube ASAP. That's good to know. And with much, much, much more money. Is it more money or is it just more perceived value? Like, I don't know. Like, like if we're talking like physical, like literal dollar counts, then sure, yes, way much more money. But I'd say it's much more perceived value, not so much more money. What's the difference? True, actually, now that you mention it. Also, chat room, I will be back in a moment. I'm gonna quickly go use the toilet. Back in a moment. Whoop. Accident has named a Bismuth Bronze Warhammer. Good for you, Accident. I'm going to give us a dwarf to follow. Be right back. So wait, what are they valued at now? 35 cents in a peanut? Or just nil? I'm assuming it's nil, but 35 cents in a peanut sounds more insulting somehow. -8. Oh, God. Yeah, that's like 2 peanuts. Good Lord. They're too broke for a peanut. No kidding. Jesus. That's fantastic. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a good year for Schadenfreude so far. You still love that RMTing Robux is a better value than well, selling Robux on the black market has more value than a lot of currencies, yeah. Also, I saw you follow me 3 minutes ago, premarital handholding. It's a really fucking funny name. I like that. That's a good username. Like, honestly, 2021 and 2021 was just a really depressing year in a lot of ways for me. 2022 is maybe the best year for Schadenfreude maybe ever. Oh God, I've got a tweet that's doing well. I've been followed by like 4 bots in the last 5 minutes. Fucking shit. I'm just gonna turn off my phone. Wi-Fi's off on phone. Premarital handholding. Yeah, it's up there with Stir My Inside Zone, Nichan. What? 500 to 50? I mean, you're the one who bought Dogecoin. You know, I'll be honest, I do kind of feel bad because I'm one of those few who made money on crypto. I didn't make a lot of money on crypto. I turned about $25 into about $1,800. I bought about $25 in crypto, in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum in 2015. And that turned into about $1,800, which I cashed out. And then the bit that I left in there turned into about half that, and then dropped down to like, I think I have about like $200 in my wallet now on Coinbase or whatever. You know, that was your last account? My fucking Christ. Okay, so you just like get like a medal for some of the best usernames I've seen on Twitch. It's fantastic. We were actually talking about that name the other day. I was just like, God, I missed that name. It's weird how small the world is. Although, I still state that, like, the best username I've ever seen on Twitch is Sweet Sparkle Farts. But that's just because it's like a do not laugh vibe check for every streamer who sees it. And also, Hobo, thanks for gifting. Premarital hand-holding. A sub. Yeah, I'm one of those degenerates that has stared for too many hours at Cherno's streams, so I've seen weird usernames fly by and I go, ha, that's funny. That's going to get banned in 6 minutes. And then they never do somehow. Yet IFAP to Quill 18 got banned. Rest in peace. What's next for the dwarves? I'm building a basically suspended tavern underneath the giant Steam logo. So down here, I'm basically... So I've got these mechanisms here, right? These mechanisms are above this, which can fling goblins up. And right now, I don't really want them to get caught on here, because if they get flung up, they will potentially land on these walkways, and I don't want that. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm going to build like a weird inverted structure underneath this, so that when they get flung up, they'll just slam into the bottom of it instead of, you know, getting flung up and then landing on it. So I'm going to build like a weird inverted structure kind of going outwards from the bottom in here and then connecting up here somewhere, and wherever it connects, probably around here, this will be made into a big old tavern with like viewing windows and shit. That should be good. You wonder who had Dunk It in me. I had enough alcohol in my system that is way funnier than it should be. Oh, God. You've also had Pound Me Senpai and Pound Me Lord. So do you just change it every 6 months to whatever you think is funny? How did you end up at premarital hand-holding then? I keep looking at what Bob wrote and just laughing hysterically. For anybody just like who for some reason can't. Oh, god dang. It grew up in that because it wasn't there previously. Anyway, fucking. God damn. Dunk it in me, Oni slam. Apologize. I can't handle this amount of degeneracy. So I've gone and blocked my garbage thing again. Pound Me got Pound Me more got reported too often in other streams and I was forced to name change. Oh man. Which really makes me wonder, because like so when you get it reported too often and you get forced to name change, does it just give you like a pop-up that's just like, hey, fucking change your name, loser? Because like, we know somebody around this channel who just got outright banned for having too rude of a name. Like, not even like, hey, go change your username. Like, just banned. It redirects you when you log in. Interesting. Yeah, because that's never happened to me, obviously. Because I've just had this one username, and I don't make sketchy usernames like that. But like, the one person that I knew who had a weird username, who watched me around the time I got partnered, so about four years ago. He got banned shortly after I got partnered for having an inappropriate username, which is interesting. Maybe it's because he used another streamer's name in there. The fact that he had Quill18's name in there was probably got something to do with it. But that's I don't know. I'm just way too amused by people that just do not care. I miss, you know what I really miss, chat? And this is something that I miss about just the entire internet, was when people just assumed that all trolls were harmless and just having a good time. It's like, we've gone from, you know, if you're gonna troll, be good at it, to just trolling is illegal. I miss the days of being allowed to troll, but just being classy about it. You know what I mean? And those days of the internet are just kind of done. And it kind of makes me sad, because it's got nothing to do with political correctness even. It's just like, everybody assumes the worst when someone is being goofy, you know? Like, there was a person who came into my chat a couple weeks back who had like a very suggestive username. And I was just like, that is a funny username. I like that. And they're like, I usually just get banned. Like, don't even usually get to say anything. You usually just get banned. Yeah, no, exactly. And like that I think is like the biggest loss of that, is just being a jackass on the internet for laughs, unfortunately, gets taken too seriously these days. Kind of depend on if you make the person laugh. True. I guess, yeah, I guess if the person like who gets the report offer chuckles when they see it, they're like, okay, just get a better user. Be smarter about it, you know? Instead of like, oh, that's offensive, to banned. It reminds me of somebody that comes around the stream sometimes, who for ages was named Abra fucking Kadabra. But before he was named Abra fucking Kadabra, he was named Definitely Not Hitler. And he was named Definitely Not Hitler for a bit, and then he's like, yeah, I got reported, had to change my name. Changed it to Abra fucking Kadabra. And then had to change it again, so he changed it to Abra fucking Kadabra with a Q. And then he changed it to Alpha fucking Kadabra with Alpha Q ING ing Kadabra. And now he's just Abra and Kadabra. And he's just like, I gave up. I'm just like, okay, I get it. Yeah, like that name, Shokan this dick. I don't know. I miss the days of having like weird, horny, funky, stupid usernames. Those were just funny. And it's like, it makes sense why. Like, I understand why, and it makes sense why we shouldn't goof off like that on the internet, because the internet's too important to society now to goof off like we used to. But that's like the one part about the internet from 10 to 15 years ago that I look back and I go, I miss those days. Like, I used to play Counter-Strike with a guy named Pimpstick Dix McGee. He was fucking hilarious. He was a very strange dude, but he was very funny. Especially because he had this super deep, like, radio voice, which I can't even do when I pretend to do it. I'm not really reminiscing about the good old days. Well, actually, here's something that I do feel, Bob. I do like the fact that in current era Twitch, I can permit things in my chat that somebody else doesn't need to permit, you know? Like, I can just be totally fine with you guys having goofy-ass usernames. We're not going to report you. We're not cops. That's fine. Who cares? I'm not going to go after you. It's fine. As long as you're not being a racist bigot, I don't give a shit. You know? It's like, it's just, there are many channels on the site that you will get reported, right? Oh no. I don't believe I've ever encountered that specific vibe, metalhead. Well, I mean, it's also like why am I blanking on his name? I should know his name. There's another metalhead that comes by the channel all the time. He used to be called Texas Slaughter Cult, and he had to change his name because it was offensive. Texas Slaughter Cult is an album name. I blame this. Adra the Metal Outlaw. That's his name on Twitch. He's one of my, like, he's got a founder's badge on this channel. He comes by maybe once a week or so. Tunes in for a bit. Yeah, Adra the Metal Outlaw. Yeah. Like he had Texas Slaughter Cult, and he had to change his name. Just super chill dude. Like, you know, just likes metal. I mean, his favorite band is Goat Whore, and he said that he initially wanted to have a reference to a Goat Whore song as his username, but then Twitch wouldn't actually let him make it into a name, which is very funny to me. Oh, I'll be completely honest with you. I missed that entire thing, and then when I encountered what that was, Metalhead, I then went, oh, I'm just gonna ignore. So. Didn't know it was Adra? Yeah, Texas Slaughter Cult is Adra the Metal Outlaw. Yeah. You engage with a goat whore. Well, I mean, if you ever see Adra the Metal Outlaw in chat, just ask him anything about, like, goat whore. I think he's seen them more live more times than I've seen concerts. Oh, no. You knew a guy that had Slam the Cat as a joke about weeb shit, but he got banned and appealed and they said animal abuse is bad? I mean, I get, yeah, I can see that. But what if they name their cat Slam? I mean, welcome to the jam. Twitch banned it before it could even be a name. You should go look at some of the names of Goat Whore songs, though. I have multiple tattoos. What's that supposed to mean? All right. Goat Whore is a cool name. It's a good band. I saw them once. I saw them sometime in 2019. Time to trade. Someone is revving their engine right next to my building. It just made my wall vibrate. That's a pleasant sound. I wish people would not do that. Also, hello, Warfu. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream this late evening. It's rather late for some engine revving. It's only 8:30 here. Not that late. It's at that weird point where it's like not quite late enough that it's a problem yet, but it's still kind of early. Goat Whore's official account. Yeah, well. Goat Whore is I don't know. They've been in the thrash metal for a very long time. Shall we just say that? Welcome back, Naomi. Well, I mean, I think the best example of that, actually, Kleno, and I'm going to say a word that is considered a slur in some regions, but I don't think it'll get me banned from Twitch. There's a band for a really long time that went by the name Eskimo Callboy, and recently they blew up due to their comedic songs and their very loud, spastic nature, with an album that they put out in 2021, I think? Anyway, they got huge recently. They brought on a new singer and then changed some things in the band. Anyway, they're a giant fucking band now. And they tried to start booking tours in North America, to which the promoters in North America and Canada said, no, they applied for Eurovision, but they didn't actually get onto Eurovision. To which the promoters said, if you ever ask to book such an offensive name for a band here ever again, we will blacklist your entire label. And they went, whoa! And did some research and looked into their name, because they're a German band and they were formed by like a bunch of German teenagers, right? Of course, they've been in a band now for 10 years. And they looked into their name and learned how offensive the term Eskimo is. It's a very offensive term. You do not say that here. I know, like, in other parts of the world, it's just thrown around pretty willy-nilly, but it's in Canada. Like, if you go to Alaska and you say the word Eskimo, you will get shot, to put it bluntly. It's like, it's not a good word. So they changed their name from Eskimo Callboy to Electric Callboy. They came out publicly on Instagram and said, we are changing our name so that we don't get canceled. They literally canceled themselves so that they wouldn't get canceled. And it was actually kind of neat because they put up a bunch of videos where they interviewed like history professors and whatnot about the word and like where it came from and why it shouldn't be used and all that shit, which is like the best possible way you could do that smoothly. But like, that is an example actually of a promoter being like, fuck you, no, you can't come here because of your name. I'm your liaison from the Mountain Homes. Let's discuss your situation. Which is funny, because one of my favorite Canadian bands is literally called Holy Fuck. Yet they tour just fine, so. You know. Don't use that word, that bad word. There's much to share. We've updated your civilization world info. What requests do you have of our merchants? I'm going to give them a big pile of gifts, and hopefully the king will show up next year. Because we have the Valve logo. Holy Fuck is a cool name. They're not metal in the slightest, but if you want weird-ass electronic music with some of the weirdest synthesizers you've ever seen and dudes, like, wailing into microphones and playing guitars with a butter knife, you can get that out of Holy Fuck. I look forward to our meeting next year. Our fortunes rise and fall together. Of course! Now let me give you gifts. As someone who sees a lot of live music in Vancouver, BC, Canada, have I ever met Nardwar? No, actually. Well, I've been at shows that he has interviewed people at. Have I met him? No. Have I seen him? Yes. I've seen him, like, on the other side of the road walking with a group of people. But have I ever met him? No. Nardwar is he's a dude. That's what I'll say about Nardwar. You know, he streams on Twitch sometimes. Very rarely, but he has a Fisher Price brand record player, which is interesting. Yeah, he made a Twitch account during the pandemic. He streams maybe once every other month for a couple hours. And it's usually weird times of night. No, not his radio. Literally just like he streams in his house. What does he do? No. He just kind of talks about... He just does chatting shit. All right. So my broker is too busy socializing to come trade. Bruh, just get down here. Where are you? Archer. My guy. I know that you're really dedicated to socializing and listening to this story right now. This better be a pretty good story. Okay, hold on. Let's find out what story are you listening to. In the year 1, the dwarf coal ink drills became the king of the Rim of Savants. All right, fair enough. That's some deep town lore. I'm sure that it's important for you to learn this story. You could not see that dude playing games on Twitch? No, he was literally just talking. Like, literally just, like, bullshitting and listening to records. And, like, playing weird records. And then just... He had the most overblown thank you for a subscription speech ever, which included multiple camera angles and jumping up and down. And because, obviously, he got, like, 50 subscriptions a minute, I'm pretty sure like about 2 hours of his stream was literally just saying Nardwar thanks you for the subscription and then doing his doot thing. So, you know, he basically just said thank you for money for like a couple hours, and that was about it. The one time I caught his stream. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. You know. You know, honestly, there's a few interviews that he's done that just kind of blow my mind, but he's an interesting person. I will say that. He's a unique individual, and that's the only way I can describe Nardwar. Although I would really like to see him play video games on Twitch. I feel like you know what I want to see? I want to see him and T-Pain play Battlefield or Call of Duty together while he interviews T-Pain. That's something I want to see. Like, if we're going to talk about, like, dream Twitch collabs, that might be one of them for me. Come on, dude. Like, you've been requested. I was going to say Marop? What the fuck's a Marop? Because, like, you know, T-Pain is terrible at video games, but he's entertaining as all hell. I believe that Nardwar would probably be pretty bad at video games, but he's also entertaining as hell. Although maybe Nardwar has like a second coming of success where he just starts interviewing Twitch streamers. I would watch him just like learn way too much about Tyler 1 and then interview Tyler 1. Unironically, T-Pain is one of the best celebrity streamers, just period. T-Pain is genuinely just an entertaining person. Also, I'm replacing my broker. Nordstrom, you're fired. I'm gonna give the job to Maffel. It doesn't really matter who gets it. He'll learn. Maffel already has the skills needed, but I need you to go trade, like stat. There you are. Oh, you also social. Oh my fucking god. My lordy. Welp. Being entertaining is better than being good. You have a hilarious person cursing about messing up in the game versus a perfect savant who almost looks motionless the whole time, and you'd watch the first person despite your yeah, no, absolutely. I completely agree. No. I mean, I like to think I land somewhere in the middle. I don't want to be a motionless savant, but also I like to be entertaining, but sometimes I feel like I fail at both. It took T-Pain to want me to consider stripper love. Uh-huh. Metalhead. All right, well, I need another broker then, I suppose. Potato King, you get the job. There you go. Potato King immediately goes to go trade a broker, even though you're not even in the fort right now. This is what I need. A dwarf that just goes somewhere. That is a sentence. Anyway, I didn't even say hi to you, Pilot, because you popped in at a time when I was rambling about something and completely unrelated. How are you doing, man? I hope work's been okay. Hope your day was good. Oh, wow. There's a new filter in verifications on... So there's a new filter on Twitter now where you can filter by verified and not verified. Hey, I only want to see people who are spending money on this trash. Man. Shit sucks. You think that's why you'll have challenge runs in games? Streamers need to heighten the skill level so that they're bad at the game again? Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, actually. I mean, that rephrase doesn't make it sound any better, but I still get it. But I don't know. T-Pain is some of the most entertained I've been. T-Pain streams is the most entertained I've ever been entertained by anything T-Pain has ever done. I don't really like his music, but I think he is a very entertaining individual. He's a better stand-up comedian than he is a musician, in my opinion. Okay, now I get the reference, but... Work is manageable. It's the studying that's doing you in. Gotcha. But the test is soon. You did schedule the week after Christmas off work, so you got that to look forward to? Hell yeah, man. I'm basically in vacation mode right now, which is weird. He is a really good singer. The problem is I don't like the... I don't like the music that he writes. But when he sings, he's really fucking talented. You know? I'm gonna head off. We'll see you when we see you, audio. Take care of yourself. I think tonight might be... I'm looking at the clock and going, I think tonight might be dinner and a record on stream if people are down. There we go. You finally arrived, Dwarf. You finally made it. No, I mean, here's the thing. If you're singing with autotune on and you're singing badly, you still sound bad. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about autotune, is a lot of people just like assume, oh, autotune means that you don't have to sing. No, you still have to sing. And if you sing badly with autotune, you sound horrid. Absolutely fucking horrid. I will see to it that our leader gets this offering. Now, if I check... None yet, but once they leave, maybe we will receive royalty soon. Chat, today was a good day in this fort. You guys were extremely kind. We built a Steam logo. We'll make a KitFox logo later. But this is the fortress of Stonewater. A glorious fortress. It's part of the Rim of Savants and the Scorching Lobster. KitFox is the studio that is publishing Dwarf Fortress on Steam. Foxy lady. What? Have that one line from Wayne, that one sequence from Wayne's World in my head now. Foxy. But, glorious caverns. Much has been done. Great progress. We will be playing some Long Death tomorrow morning before I go get on a plane and fly to Vegas for my brief vacation before Dwarf Fortress releases on Steam. So, I think that's it for Dwarfs for today. If you are here specifically for Dwarves, Cute Boson, I recommend watching her. However, my stream's not ending, and I'll probably be on for another 40 minutes to an hour. We are going to move over to just chatting, and a true little heartbreaker. We're gonna listen to some music, and I'm gonna go get my dinner, and we're gonna hang out a little longer if you guys want to. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you did. You'll have to skedaddle. You gonna turn your stream on, Arch, or are you just piecing out? Regardless, thanks for hanging out, Arch. Means a lot. It's good to see you, laddie. Bot says there are 4 people streaming. Yeah, it's pretty great, right? You gotta sleep, Warfu? We'll see you when we see you. Cheers.